Brought to you by ESO.
No, no, no. Definitely don't say that.
Sorry.
Welcome
Brought
one
to
and
you
all
by
and all
WoW.
and welcome all and one and all to another exciting super califragilistic episode of The Lost Ones here
That
on the
is,
True
Luna
as
Tube
we
channel.
are audacious.
that is 100% unsponsored, but if you want to sponsor us, please do.
No. No. Not some. Anyways, so
I always
when
take money.
last okay, just calm down. So when we last saw the Lost Ones, you guys had received your Pico pets. It was glorious. You guys started dueling with them. Some people won, some people lost. Um, you guys
Lost is
discovered
too.
that Pico pets at level 1 are very frail and fragile. Um, After that, you guys got a chance to explore a little bit more of the place as per last few sessions. You guys got to visit um, the mayor or leader of these people, Bill's bungalow, I guess you'd call it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no other way. Just basically, he lives in a tiny little hut on the beach. Very minimalist, but pretty comfy. You guys got to have some food over there,
Thank you.
um, watch the ocean, and eventually, some boats arrived at his place, and they were there to take you guys across the water to the fishing village. You guys had discovered once you got there that you crossed the waters, which contains a mighty kraken. But luckily, apparently, there was no issue, and you guys arrived into the fishing town where you guys were greeted by its elders. The two that took you over to the fishing area were also the children of the elders, or related to in some way, at least one of them. But you guys got to hear a little bit more of history, and you guys were able to get it back and forth with the leader of the fishing town, which is basically a history buff kind of guru. Um, so you guys were able to ask some questions. Some of you guys were able to ask questions about snake people. Um, but you guys got a few things answered that you're curious about, and the evening ended with you guys basically eating some dinner. They had some bedrolls and stuff in some spare rooms, and you guys were able to lay down, get comfy, and you know see where things take you. So you guys all begin to wake up. It's kind of cool, but not like cold.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting a little bit of light coming through like various cracks that you didn't notice this the establishment you find yourself in, the little building, has. It's a very open thing. The sides of it almost look like a tent. Think of it just kind of like a big carnival tent. It's just inside there are structures and or structured walls, dividers, things like that that kind of give it more of a home feel. But along the various parts of canvas that kind of create the outside of this, there are a little bit of light coming in, and you guys get that little bit of a cool breeze and just a nice gentle back and forth of the water. Um, but you guys find yourselves in this moment a little bit lost. Um, Waking up in a new place, breeze coming through, sound of the ocean, the salt on the air, maybe even a little bit on your tongue as you're just, waking up from snoring all night. But you guys are waking up.
Castor kind of stirs awake, and he checks on his Pico pet.
Okay. Also, just as a note, the music currently playing is the Lost Ones theme song. For those who have not heard it, you will be hearing more of it as the campaign progresses. It's a pretty amazing song, and it fits a lot of situations, so get used to it. Um,
Thanks to Sky Blue Stinks, by the way, for making it.
Yes. I knew you'd have my back on who the fuck did it.
They do good work.
They do,
Yeah.
If anyone's watching, actually just go check them out.
Okay. Yes, you check on your Pico Pet. It kind of like pops its head up a little bit, and just kind of stares at you for a moment, and just
Hey, Charmer.
kind of goes back inside.
Glad to see you're doing okay, Charmer.
Pokes its head back out and just kind of nods at you and goes back down in the wall. It's a very slow, monotonous kind of like, just like just almost mechanical, and just disappears right back into the ball again.
Rest of you guys up? Yeah, Kestrel says.
Yes, you guys are all waking up.
Snow just rolls out of bed onto the floor.
You're kind of on mats, so you're just kind of rolling over.
Yep, I'm just rolling. I'm just rolling.
You eventually hit like the wall or another person, and you're stopped. Let's say you bump into Auntie.
Auntie's using her beanie as like a face mask, so she just pulls it up, is like, what? And just pulls it back down and lays back down.
Scales just does like the biggest yawn. She's still laying down, but does the biggest yawn and just raises her hands. I'll be there in a minute. She's just acting like very slow, getting up slowly.
You're even slower moving around because there is a body attached to you.
Okay, I look around to see what's attached to me.
It is the kid.
Eee.
He also has one leg stretched kind of across Auntie's leg. He seems to be, his upper body seems to be like kind of cuddled up against you, but his legs are kind of stretched out in like weird different angles and stuff.
I just like to point out I'm under 2 people in that case.
Yes, you are. Your top half is basically an arm of stone, which is very thick and heavy. And you probably don't even notice the legs really compared to the arm.
If I can, I'll just pat him on the head and be like, "Come on, wake up."
He kind of stretches, stands up. His little toga thing is a little disheveled, but he kind of like rustles it real quick and starts like sitting up.
Yeah. And I'll check on my Pico Pet as well.
Okay. Yes, yours, pops out, kind of like its ears go down a little bit, kind of looks around. It seems to be looking for something. Doesn't find it, and its ears go up and just kind of look at you.
You okay there? I'll just like,
Ears go down a little bit, then back up.
I just like tickle underneath the chin and say, "Do you want to come out?"
It goes back inside the ball.
Seems like none of your Pokemans are quite morning things.
Very odd.
Stone gets up and stretches.
As soon as the heavy arm is off of me, I'm sitting up.
Okay. You push the arm off of you?
Well, Stone said she got up, so as soon as she
Yeah.
Okay.
moves. Once I'm up, I'll hold my Pico Pet ball and just be like, "Hey, are you a morning person, or are you gonna be sleepy like the others?"
No response.
Do I got like take him out of the ball, or I just look around and ask him that?
Well, they kind of come out of the ball if they want to or not.
I'm not sure if it's a sleepy thing. He seemed a little. What's the
Low
word?
energy.
No, like he was looking for something.
Mine just seemed to be like, very neutral, kind of.
Stone will check up on hers.
Yours is already floating next to your head.
Who's my little problem?
Just very menacingly, just like as you turn your head, like, oh, what about my, oh, I'm like, it's just there.
Excalibur face.
Yeah, Stone's gonna be like, "Who's my little ball of misery? Who's my little ball of misery?"
It just no actual reaction. It just kind of continues to float there.
Perfect.
And the smoke is just making JoJo menacing shapes.
Basically, yeah.
I was hoping I'd do the whole like lick thing, like.
See, that would require effort, so it's just floating there.
Yeah. Alright, well, shall we get up and at him, guys? He kind of starts his a bit.
Yeah.
Breakfast.
Ooh, that sounds good to
Breakfast.
me. He
You
goes
hear
out
it
to
coming
find it.
from the other side of the divider.
I
We're
get that.
coming.
You guys get treated as soon as you guys walk in the room. You do see let me make sure I don't fuck up their names. You do see John Gringe. You also do see Kine and Dora there. They are all sitting around the table gathering up plates and stuff like that. You do get a smell. It's mostly like of a fried batter smell. With kind of fresh onions and peppers. But you guys do one by one make your way past the divider and see that they are prepping a breakfast.
Smells great.
Thank you, Grinch says. Please have a seat. Did you all sleep well?
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. It's pretty good.
Mostly.
Okay, that is good.
Kenstro goes to find a seat.
Yeah.
Okay.
I grab
You
one.
all gather up a seat. The kid sits down, and you guys see an arrangement of basically these fried little square thingies, with these long fried thingies, and a whole mess of different chopped onions, peppers, grated cheese, things like that.
Hmm.
Kenstro goes to try one of the fried thingies.
I'll try a
Okay.
square thingy.
Okay. So which one are you grabbing for?
There's a
Kenstro?
long one, right?
Yes.
I'll try that one.
Okay. You grab a square one scales, and you both bite into it, and it's nice and has like a not a crunch, but there's a bit of crisp to it. It's very warm. Has like kind of an oily, flavor to it. Slightly salted, delicious potato. Scales, yours is a battered fish.
Yeah.
What you guys have in front of you is a breakfast or fish and chip.
Ooh. I didn't think that would be a breakfast food. That's interesting.
Damn it, I want some.
Do you say that out loud?
Well, no, I said that was me thinking, not
Okay.
Kenstro.
The kid has already started diving into the food. Like, he has like 3 or 4 of the fried squares. He's put it on his plate. John looks over. He's like, "Oh, no need to rush, kid. There's food for plenty." And he continues to put more food on his plate.
Kenstro will get like a little bit of everything.
I'm with the kid on this one. I'm loading up my plate with fish and chips.
Yeah.
He's,
Fish and
he's an
chips.
eager one.
And you begin to watch the other 4. The people who actually live here. They begin getting their plates as well. And as you guys grab like the fried fish and the potato chips or the French fries, you guys do notice that they basically take like the bit of like the peppers, the onions, and stuff like that, and they basically take the extra stuff, not the fish and the chips, and they kind of lay it over top, and they're kind of like prepping like little, like toppings for each of the little fried fish that they have on their plate, and then they basically take a fork and cut into it and eat it like that.
I have to ask,
Nice.
is there a lemon available?
Actually,
That's a
that's a
good
good question.
Yeah.
There are some strange things around.
If there is something that is
Roll
either
a
this,
d20.
yes, I shall, because you can't have fish and chips without a lemon.
That is true.
She is right.
That is a 15.
Okay. You do look around and nothing that screams lemon. but they do have this kind of glass, not vial, more kind of like a bottle, where they are kind of like basically pouring a little bit of this liquid over their stuff after they put the vegetables on top of it.
I will have that. Just sprinkle
You
it on
sit
the
down,
fish.
grab the bottle, you
Yeah.
kind of throw it on top. It is an apple cider vinegar.
I
Ooh.
knew it. I like that.
Interesting. Huh.
I'll take it. Though I prefer malt vinegar, I think, but still take it.
It's good. It's not too pungent or too overbearing. There's a little hint of fruitiness at the aftertaste. It actually goes very well with the fish and chips. Especially with the vegetable arrangement that they have, it just kind of all blends together very well.
Yeah, Kester will try to prepare it like the way that he's seeing I guess host is doing it.
Okay. Those who copy. It is fucking delectable. The kid is doing all sorts of crazy, like he's like makes them like how they do, but then it's like throws one and kind of makes it a sandwich, and he's just pouring his entire plate.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm just experimenting with a bunch of different stuff,
Fair.
combinations. You know.
John actually has to like stop him like a few minutes into eating. He's like, yeah, you know, the kid, food's not going anywhere, kid. He's looking slightly nervous as this kid just roared. You know, like even for an adult portion, pretty sizable.
He's a growing boy.
Yeah, this is
I was
normal.
about to say that.
Perfectly 100% normal.
That we're aware of.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
As the kid continues on to his second helping.
Arr.
Open mouth, insert food.
Blah.
Kept feeling like if we get to like the end of this campaign, it's gonna be like 50 stone.
I'm thinking he's just gonna be like Goku, just eats the whole restaurant. Just fucking.
I'm assuming that's the implications.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to him and Stone, like, you know, all you eat buffets will be fucked.
Yeah. It says all you can eat.
Stone's eating the chair.
What do you mean they're out of food?
Okay, but you guys finish your breakfast. It is delectable. There's appropriate waters, juices, and a little bit of milk to have amongst yourself. There's plenty of food. You guys eat until you are full.
Yeah.
But at the end of the meal, Kain looks over and goes, so, you guys have any plans?
I don't know. What do you guys want to do, I guess?
What?
Bill's a little tied up today with previous engagements, so, I mean, I don't think we're gonna be going anywhere until at least tomorrow, so you guys have the day to basically do whatever you want.
I imagine exploring isn't something on our priority list.
What was that?
I imagine exploring is something on our priority list.
I'm sure. I mean, most of the isles of the Fisher Town are mostly inhabited. There's not a lot of dangers or anything, but we could definitely take you out on a tour.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
Maybe we can try to squeeze in a Pico battle along the way as well.
Yeah, well, you might not want to do that on the ocean. Best to keep your eyes out, you know, for any, you know, krakens, things like that.
Do the Pico pets attract krakens?
No, but, you know, extra movement and shiny objects usually aren't, like, the best idea.
Fair.
Well, what about Pico Pet on land, though?
I mean, that should be perfectly fine.
There we go then. Yeah, we can have the two winners face each other.
I do have a question on the subject of Pico Pets, though. Ours seem to be lethargic.
You don't say? How do you mean?
Well, you guys want to show them yours? I mean, I think the gas ball is the only one that's... Yes.
Isn't that right, Slade? look at the ball.
It's gone. It went back to the ball, like,
Aw,
5 minutes after you started eating.
you scared it away.
But Peepers was like, Peepers, he beeped, he comes out, he has a play, Typhon, and then, goes back, has a play, little Peepers. But then this time Peepers didn't want to peep.
I mean, maybe they're not morning people?
And also, mine did not quite want to come out of the ball.
Well, I mean, they are creatures of their own choice. The only way you can forcefully command them is through time, patience, and battles. That's about it.
That's fair. Just was wondering if something we'd be worried about when, like, what, 3 out of 4 of them?
Oh, 3 out
And
of
you just
5.
hear very quietly, well, at least your guys has still come out.
No luck there?
He's just sitting there, like, reaches into, like, a little pocket on his toga, pulls out his ball, and just stares at it.
You got him going again.
Well, you'll take a tour around the town then first and see how things go from there?
Sure. Where would you guys like to go? Anything in particular? Not as fancy as, home, but, we do have our, fun spots.
Where's the funnest spot?
Well, most of them really don't, kick off until evening, but there are a few pretty good sights to see.
We don't know this island. We don't know where to go.
Yeah.
Okay, waterfall it is.
Okay.
Fair enough.
And John kind of looks over at Kane, who's been talking this whole time. You guys should probably take him. That path isn't super easy to walk, and we're getting kind of old. And Dora goes, yeah, you are. Like, really underneath her breath, and you just see Grinch just kind of lightly slap the back of her head.
Are we drinking anything, by the way?
Yes, as I said, water, juice, and milk. Those are your choices.
Alright, yeah. With a glass of juice up to her face, just under her breath, I think we have you beaten, Age.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
That's Dex.
Yes.
Dexterous with my lips.
Everyone at the table hears it. It was a pretty decent DC since you guys are literally like 2 feet from each other. Grinch goes, well, I mean, yeah, thank you for that. She doesn't know whether it's a compliment, an insult. She seems confused by what you said.
No, quite literally, we're older than you. And Skills just gets up and walks out the front, what I think is the front door.
Scales
Walks
moves
up.
away.
Yes.
But as you are getting up, Peepers does pop out and kind of run up your arm and sits on your shoulder.
Yeah, oh, pet Peepers. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems a little, like just puppy waking up, but
Yeah, they do a face rub. Or, close to what I think a face rub is.
its hair does slightly bristle.
Yeah.
Okay. Scales just left.
Oh, I thought the rest of us were going as well.
Yep.
No, I just
No.
walked out.
You guys were literally in the middle of discussing of like plans and stuff and finishing breakfast, and Scales just gets up and leaves.
Well, we agreed on waterfalls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back in my day, people excuse themselves from the table.
We younger kids. As Kane and Dora like begin to stand up and immediately go, maybe excuse ourselves. And Grinch kind of sarcastically rolls her eyes, and she's like, well, since you asked, of course.
So polite.
And the two kids kind of, I say kids, they're clearly like in their early 20s. They kind of roll their eyes.
So yeah, kids.
Mid 20s. Yeah.
Kids.
And they kind of roll their eyes, get up, and they start picking up the dishes and stuff like that. John and Grinch slowly but surely get up and begin to assist as well. Said young 20s. I just realized, like, no, they're probably closer to 30, but young. God, the scale of what's old and young is starting to twist. Oh God.
Compared to us, they're all young.
As soon as we get outside, Scale's gonna check if the sun's out or not.
What do you mean Scales is gonna check? I'm Scales.
Scale.
Oh, crap.
Scale. See the sun out.
Thank you for looking, Scales.
No problem.
It is just starting to crest over the void. And after a few moments, the rest of your companions start coming out of the tent with Dora and Kane. And you just see Scales just standing there awkwardly.
Yeah, I'm just like standing there, rating and in my thumbs. I'm like, okay, I thought we were going.
Yeah, there's like a good couple minutes before the rest of your allies still. You even get that twinge in the back of your head, like, oh, maybe I jumped the gun here. But eventually they come out.
Can I please just still be sipping on a mug of orange juice?
Sure.
All right, yeah, I'm just taking this mug with me.
Just taking their bucket juice.
It's not so much a mug; it's actually a wood-carved cup.
Oh,
Taking their wood card cup
Mm.
of juice.
A lot of their plates and stuff like that, it's not ceramic; it's wood.
So where's the fallen water?
Oh, well, we're actually going to take a shortcut over there, so back to the boat.
Okay.
okay.
And they begin to lead you back towards the docks. And eventually you guys get on the boat.
Mhm.
There is a gentleman down there. He's one of those gray-skinned people with tattoos. Oh, hey, John, Grinch, you guys heading out? Yeah, Tom. I think the old ones might need a little bit of help later. And he's like, yeah, I got him. So you guys be safe. Apparently there was a sighting later last night on the western side. And he's like, ooh, so leeward side is on caution? And he's like, yeah. Like, okay, we'll hook around the windward side. I'm like, okay. And after they have the discussion, John looks over. He's like, yeah.
Ooh.
You know, it's very weird not hearing the other side of the conversation.
Ooh, I say.
But you guys, one after another, get inside the boat that you arrived on. Tom just seems to assist, casting off the ropes and stuff like that. And within a few moments, you guys begin to pick up, and you guys begin to make your way. John looks at you guys and says, like, the water flows this way, but it's still going to be like a good 20-30 minutes before we reach landing. So, tuck in.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
And he begins to take you around this side,
Okay.
basically. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Boop. Boop. And this is kind of the path you guys take. And yeah, takes a while. It's bright as fuck. Luckily, those who have them have their sunglasses. But you guys eventually make your way to kind of a little bit of a cliff wall against the rock where it comes against the water. There's a few rocks, but the boat kind of comes up, and he kills the device that propels the boat, and he pulls up an oar, and he kind of like just paddles in the little rest of the way, pulls up to the rock. As you guys approach, you do see a rope tied to a tree that's dangling off the little bit of a cliff down into the water. Like the bottom of the rope is actually, get a little wet. It looks like there's some encrusted seawater at the edge of it. And there's some knots in the rope, and he kind of brings the boat up to it. And along the rock, you do see a little pinion, a little metal pinion, and he takes a rope and he just kind of ties it off there. So the boat is secured to the cliffside, and he's like, okay, who wants to go first?
So can you describe it to me as a rope, like kind of ladder kind of thing, or?
Nope, just a rope that's been knotted. A knotted rope, and it's tied to a tree and just hanging off. Between the tree and the edge of the cliff, there's like a good foot or so. It's not a huge climb up. The rope is more just to get good hand and footing going up.
Okay.
I
I'll give it a
do.
Okay.
Don't raise their hand.
Yeah, you climb up the rope. It's a little rough, trying to transition from a shaky boat to solid, or to swingy
Ew.
rope to land. But with a little bit of assistance from Kane helping you up, you get up there. And one after another, you guys all make your way up the rope. Dora and Kane both follow you up, and Dora looks at you guys and, okay, time to go exploring.
Okie dokie.
And yes, I've been waiting 2 weeks to make a Dora the Explorer joke.
That's adorable. Like this wooden bowl right here.
Oh dear.
Yes. But you guys begin to make your way. They kind of keep mostly to the water. There's a couple times you guys cut into the woods, but they begin taking you kind of along this way. And it is quite a bit of a trek. You guys are walking for a couple hours. Probably about 2. At one point, Dora, who has a backpack, like, okay, let's time to take a break, stay hydrated.
Okay.
And she begins to pull out some bottles of water in this weird, strange substance that you guys have seen before. This plastique that they call it.
Someone poked it.
It's a water bottle.
Kestrel will try to drink out of it, I guess.
Yeah, you just see them twist the top of it off and you just
Yeah.
mimic it. And you're like, okay. The kid, seeing this, takes off the top of the water, puts his mouth over the top, and he just squeezes the whole thing. You watch his cheeks go as they fill up with water. A little bit sprays out, and he's like, goes wide-eyed as he wasn't expecting it. But he's like it's almost sounds like it hurts, but he kind of coughs it down like, ah. And she's like, no, you do it like this, and she just, like a regular person, drinks the bottle of water. And like it's all,
drink it all at once.
yeah, it's all like crumpled up and like just malformed now because he squeezed it, and he's just kind of like the last remaining. He tilts it up like a normal person.
I'll take,
Basically, little kid gets a water bottle for the first time.
I just take like many little sips.
You do so.
I finish what's left in my mug and then pour the water into it.
Oh, the mug's been long empty.
Just pouring water into it and keep sipping.
You do so.
I just try to mimic them with the bottle.
And once you guys finish hydrating, you guys do got a pretty good sight. You guys are kind of like on the borderline of the woods, which is kind of borderline almost jungle look with the fauna, with the plants and stuff like that. And to the west, you got nothing but water. At this point, the void has disappeared. So looking across, all you see is just beautiful, nice, clean, fresh, beautiful water. But you guys finish your hydrating, and the trip continues. You guys go for like another hour-ish before there's a clearing. There's a slight path going through the woods. Seems like people have traveled this before. And eventually you guys come to a bit of inlet lake. And at the center of this lake, you do see a jutting out at the very center. This kind of skinny, maybe 20 to 30 feet wide at the widest, but it is about a good 40 to 60 feet tall above the water. And at the top of this rock, you just see water pouring out and pouring down, almost like a natural made fountain.
Pretty.
And there is part of it where the water pours down, and there's like a harsh rock cliff that creates a waterfall cascading off one side, and the rest of it's just kind of gentle flow like a fountain. Here we are, guys.
That looks very nice.
Yep, no one knows how it works, but God dang it if it ain't pretty.
Wouldn't it just be gravity?
Well, and he kind of points at the top. He's like, where is that water coming from?
Inside the rock?
Yeah, but why?
So maybe there's a lake that keeps getting refilled whenever it rains.
But that's the highest point in anywhere on this island.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Maybe we can
It
find
is-
out where the water
is-
comes from.
It is 60 feet up against where the water and the rest of the island is. So,
Huh.
technically, it doesn't actually make sense where the water is coming from.
Is
Based
it clean
off of-
water, by the way?
It looks very clean.
Okay. Well, no, I actually asked that.
Oh yeah, it's actually drinkable water too.
Oh, cool.
Not salt water then.
And he walks up and kind of spritz, puts his hand in, spritz it towards your face, Auntie. And yeah, fresh, clean water.
Well, there goes my theory of a portal. I was thinking it'd be under the river or something.
Maybe that's what we can explore. We can find out where the origins of this water is.
I guess we have to climb to the top to do that.
Well, unless you can breathe underwater, I don't think you guys are gonna get very far.
That is true.
I don't know. Have any of us tried? And Scales has just got like this thinking face and she's like looking around, see.
You
I
immediately
mean-
hear bubbles next to you guys.
Yeah.
As the kid, you look over, the kid has his head in the water,
Mm-hmm.
and you're just like, and he's under there for a few moments as he comes up and is coughing up water. I was like, ugh. He shakes his head. He was like, I don't think I can.
Yeah, I wouldn't try that too long, buddy.
Though on the bright side,
Out of
you
his
held it.
nose.
Though on the bright side, you held it for like a few seconds there.
I was gonna
Oh,
say.
I wasn't holding it. I was trying to breathe.
Yeah, no, I don't think you can breathe underwater.
Hang on. Scales would like to try.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put your head underwater.
Yeah.
Do you inhale?
Yeah.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. I see her doing this, like, oh god, Scales, you're not a water snake.
Wait. I want to see what happens.
Oh wait, that's one, sorry. Constitution.
I think you're supposed to hold your breath.
14.
Okay, you don't vomit, but as the water begins to hit your throat and lungs, you are hit with an insane burning sensation. Panic sets in, and you immediately pull yourself up, just coughing, upchucking the water, and it is not good. Like snot and stuff comes out of your nose from like just coughing it up, and now you guys have Scales and the little kid just looking a wreck.
I am not a water snake.
Yeah, I told you so. He kind of like pats both their backs, like, okay, you guys, get out of the water.
He's like, I'm not a water, whatever I am.
Nope, he's not a water boy. That's for
Water sucks. It really, really sucks.
really sucks.
Yeah. But you guys have the two coughing that eventually settles down, and Kane and Dora just kind of are sitting down, just kind of like against the water. She has her legs in the water, and they're just kind of watching the waterfall. It's kind of midday sun, so you get that cascading through the water, and it's very pretty.
Kenso kind of like, yeah, puts his legs in the water. He's like, is it actually okay if we can swim in this?
As I was just about to say, as he's saying that,
You just hear a giant splash as Auntie's already cannonballed into the water.
yep.
It's a little cool, Auntie, but nice.
I just stand on water for a bit and pop out. Water's fine.
Auntie, are you a water whatever you are?
No, I'm a
Okay.
human. I think. I assume. Are there water humans?
I don't think so.
Give me a history check.
What would that be? Intelligence?
Yes.
18.
There's totally water people. They're called merfolk.
No,
You've never
not a
seen
merf.
a merfolk?
I ain't no merfolk, unfortunately.
Yeah, I doubt she's a mermaid.
I mean, mermaids and merfolks aren't the same, but sure.
I mean, they are? Oh, never mind. I see what's happening now.
He's like, wait, what? He's like, oh, yeah.
So,
Kestrel gets in the water as well, actually.
so not only is magic real, but now mermaids as well? Next, you guys are gonna tell me that leprechauns exist.
No, we call them gnomes.
He has a look like he's gonna say something, but Dora elbows him.
Right. So, snake people are okay, but fish people apparently don't exist. Do you
No, there's no fish people. I mean, there's a lot of our kind who've, lived in the water for a very long time, and we're really exceptional swimmers, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. You're perfectly fine with snake people being a thing, but you're not okay with fish people being a thing.
because they're real.
But do you see where the logic is failing?
You literally have magic animals that you trap in balls.
They're not magical. They just exist in a different phase state.
Yes, it's called the astral plane.
Kestrel's like kind of doing like a backstroke, just kind of ignoring the conversation.
Okay. Well, let's let's just not get into any other person's beliefs. Before I remind you how crazy your guys' stories sound. We deal with facts and rules of nature out here, and that's it. As you watch as the two snake people watch the waterfall coming from nowhere.
Yeah.
Alright, well, if you follow rules of nature, then...
Hmm.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, Auntie, what we should do? We should concentrate super hard on the magic stuff and prove everyone wrong. Everyone.
I mean, with you on this, and if it doesn't work, this be fun.
Okay, you broke up. I'm assuming you said let's do that, and if it doesn't work, it'll still be fun.
Yes.
Okay. So do you guys begin to concentrate on magic?
Skills is.
Okay. What are you doing to concentrate on magic?
Thinking really hard. I don't know. Trying to get any form of memory in head. It's like, okay, magic. How do I make it work? Think.
Magnets, how do they even work?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. You sit there thinking that. Okay. What is everyone else doing?
I'm watching Scales do this.
You see her like pop a vein every once in a while, but that's about it.
Wait, I think I see bubbles under the water. Wait, no, that's me.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, Scales just get excited for one moment, like, oh.
Stone's walking near the waterfall, and as the water's falling, she wants to just put her hand under it.
So you go inside the water?
No, I go around, if possible.
Okay, there's
It's
no
not
way
too
to
far.
do that. It's at the center
Oh.
of the water.
Water's fine, Stone, if you want to jump in.
Or walking. I just imagine she just walks and stays on the bottom at all times.
I'm not a rock. He slowly walks in. Catch with the
Stays at the
rock.
bottom.
Bubbles come.
Yeah, you actually have to swim because you're a lot of muscle mass.
You're dense.
Not so much stone, but yeah, you gotta really seriously swim.
I try to keep myself afloat,
You do so.
and then I try to resume my plan of feeling my hand under the waterfall.
Okay, so you're trying. Okay, so you're just going underneath where the waterfall section is.
Yep.
Okay, you do so. The water's. It's very hard to stay afloat, here because you're trying to wade and put your hand underneath the waterfall, which is also pushing you down. So you guys watch.
She's working
Stone,
it.
you watch Stone struggle for like 5 minutes to stay afloat while also trying to hold on to the waterfall at the same time.
She is having fun though.
That is all that matters.
You right there, son? Guess what says?
I'm having a great time. Like water in, then goes back to the surface, puts the hand up, and keeps repeating it.
Okay.
You know, for what it's worth, it's interesting to watch.
Also, Scales, are you okay? You look like you're having a migraine.
I'm still thinking, like.
You're starting to get a headache.
Yeah.
As you realize that sometimes during your concentration, you're just holding your breath.
Yeah.
So you're starting to get lightheaded and like just you get a headache. It doesn't seem to be working, Scales.
I would probably assume that magic was something we had to learn over time back in our worlds. Probably have to relearn that again.
Give me an
heck?
Arcana check.
Who?
Either of you.
I
That's
wanna do.
in, right?
Yeah, I'll do
Yes.
that.
I don't know where that D6 came from, but okay.
Actually, a lot of entities you remember had innate magic.
Hmm.
Only a section of people actually have learned magic.
How to activate innate magics?
I think in a lot of stories, people either are thrown in vats of something or in danger. I could try drowning you.
The vats thing was something she saw on TV the other day.
I mean, you can give it a go as long as you get me up and I don't actually drown. Sorry, I don't drown.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Wait, so you're throwing her into something?
Skills just looks
I
a
am-
bit shocked from moment for how quickly and calmly you said. I'm like, okay.
So what do you plan on throwing her into?
I am literally just going to suplex her into the water.
Give me a strength check.
I want to see how horrible this goes. How? I have a negative.
Pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you toss her in the water. It's kind of awkward, given that, you know, you're not super strong and you guys are pretty close to the same size-ish in height and stuff. It's more like a plop. But, yeah, you get thrown into the water, Scales. It's cool. It's wet.
I just like splash upwards. I imagine I'll go like deep a little bit, but then I just splash back upwards. Be like,
Yep.
am I sparkling? I don't know.
Is she sparkling?
I mean, there's a couple bits where the water's hitting the scales and it's a bit of a shine to it.
You look
I mean,
fabulous, son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just continue to like doggy paddle. Like, doggy paddle.
I mean, nothing magical, but you do look good. I'll give you that.
Close enough.
Watch this!
I watch.
You guys are yelling.
Yeah. Look.
At the
Looking.
center of the lake, on top of the rocks, you see the kid. 60 feet up in the air.
At
How'd you get up there?
I'm not even mad. I'm just
Right.
impressed.
what do you plan on doing?
You see him take a few steps back.
Oh no.
Do
Oh,
a
no.
backflip!
I swim away.
Do a flip.
Oh, he's a good distance away from you guys. Like this lake, just to put it into perspective, on its thinnest part is hundreds of feet wide.
Okay.
Like it's a pretty sizable lake.
Okay, I didn't realize.
And he jumps off, and it's you guys' breath kind of pause for a moment, like and he hits the water, and you guys just pause and pause then the kid comes up.
Oh, phew. Guess we're gonna breach
Hey.
You're
Oh,
out
that
there?
was scary.
That might do it if it was scary.
Because it looked really fun.
You gotta be careful sometimes, though, kid. You could have hurt yourself.
I give it a 10.
I didn't catch any of that.
I'll give it 10.
gave it a 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you guys continue to frolic and play in the water for a little bit, and eventually, Kane and Dora, we should probably be heading back if we want to get there before it gets too late.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So much-
Dora speaks up. Okay, I got towels for anyone who wants one.
I'll take one.
I just doggy paddle, and then once I get out, I do like a shake.
The kid follows your example and shakes off.
So it also shakes, but also grabs a towel.
And he has kind of longer hair, so like when he does the head shake, like you guys do get wet from it.
Stone also has longer hair, so I'm sure it's like getting everywhere.
I like to
You
think
can
that
roll a
scale.
d20. Stone.
Sure.
I like to think scales. I shaked off dry, go wet again, shaked off dry, go wet again.
Okay. Roll me a d4.
Sure.
Castro, you get whipped hard in the back with wet hair.
Ow!
Oh.
Like there's a snap to it. Like that hurt. You take 1 point of damage. The back of his back is like, ooh boy, is it pink. For
Yeah, shit.
how gray skinned he is looking very pink right now.
Yeah, she has long hair too, so that really was a whip. Ooh. Oh, I heard that. Ooh.
That hurts.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Something, where is a mark of pride or something.
Are you okay over there?
Yeah, my back hurts a lot.
Yeah, they'll lay out most guys. Do you need to sit down or something?
Yeah, I'll be good. I just got. Oh, okay, I need to sit down.
Let's get you sitting down.
But you guys recover from getting whipped, drying off. And Kane and Dora wait for you guys to finish, and they begin to lead you back towards the boat. They give you a hand climbing back down on the boat. They untie. He uses the oar to kind of turn the boat around, face back towards the water, and once he kind of clears any of the rough terrain, he pushes off, puts the oar down, and starts up the machinery, and the boat begins to move. You guys begin to make your way up north, back the way you guys came. Anything you guys would like to do on the return trip?
So, are like rocks producing water like that? Is this just normal here?
Well, again, there's a opening up top. So the water comes from somewhere. It's just, none of us can breathe water, so no one's really explored it.
It'd be really nice if we had a water breathing spell.
Well, do you have anything that could do such a thing?
I mean, we have some nautical equipment, but it's kind of a pain to look back there, so no one's really done it.
I mean, we could probably do something like that if we can find the equipment.
I like that word. Nautical. Nautical. Like you say.
Dora kind of chuckles at that.
Just go up to the kids like, what was at the top of the place?
Oh, it was like a little bit of a hole, and there's water just gushing out of it.
Did you see where the water came from?
A hole.
Okay.
Kind of looked like a
Well-
water bottle when I squeezed it.
Giant water bottle.
He ponders
So-
that.
Ooh.
But you guys continue along the path, and eventually, um,
This.
what? What are you guys making noises for?
It's the tension in the air.
So who's gonna die?
My
As you
vote is on
guys-
Kestrel.
Begin to make your way back.
You're already losing your health points, so yeah.
You notice that Kane, as you guys are cutting across towards the northern side, you do start seeing bungalows and houses in sight. You know, recognizing that you guys are approaching the main dock area. As you guys reach this point, Kane kind of stands up from the back of the boat and looks very scared. His face goes white. Everyone, grab hold of the vessel.
Yep.
Or
Get out.
it's coming.
Yeah, guys, what's going on?
Kraken.
Oh shit.
And the boat begins. He pulls a lever and the boat picks up pace. You notice it. A shadowy figure underneath the water, keeping speed with the vessel even with this increased pace. Put it in perspective, you guys are probably going a good 40 miles per hour right now. Dora looks very scared. She is grabbing his arm, and he looks very nervous. This chase continues. A minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. It doesn't seem to be able to catch up, but it is keeping pace with you all. What do you all do?
So how often does this happen?
It normally doesn't come this close to the shoreline.
Good to know.
Are we gonna be safe at the shoreline?
Let's hope so.
I think better question is, are we gonna get to the shore? I'm gonna look down at my bag and just make sure that it's all tight, making sure my Pico ball doesn't come out.
Okay, you do so.
Yeah, and just hold on.
The kid is leaning over the side of the boat trying to get a better look at the creature.
I'm
grabbing his
yeah.
collar and
Holding
pulling
the
him into the
kid.
boat.
Yeah.
No collar. Remember, he's wearing a toga.
Hold on to the kid.
Well, you can pull his shoulder, by the way, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay inside the boat, kid.
Oh, but I wanted to...
No, it's dangerous.
Don't worry, kid. We might be toppled over and see even closer. Just wait.
As soon as you say that, you feel a large jutting impact hit the left side of the boat. I need everyone to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
So just Dex.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, you guys both said you were grabbing onto the kid, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's see how this goes.
I still blame Kess.
Nice knowing you, Auntie.
My babies.
Okay.
He holds onto you.
Both go forward. The light flashes before your eyes as you're like, oh crap. Kestrel and Stone, you guys, as the impact happens, you guys just brace yourself for it. You guys kind of grab each other, grab the boat, and you guys stay secured. Dora and Kane both kind of like, you all four of you just kind of grab each other, and like he's grabbing the rudder for the boat, she's grabbing, like between you guys grabbing different parts of the boats and grabbing each other, you guys lift up a little bit, but you guys stay on. You guys were on the side that was actually struck, so you guys mostly went up. The people on the right-hand side of the boat, or the, starboard side for those nautical people, you guys get tilted towards the water because of the angle that it kind of knocked up. You guys completely lose yourselves. Scales,
Mm-hmm.
your head and upper torso go into the water.
Ooh.
You see a writhing tentacle coming towards you, and you're immediately yanked out of the water. Auntie, you almost go ass over tea kettle into the water.
Oh boy.
You see Scales go head first, and you stop before you hit the water. And the rest of you guys watch as the kid, with both legs against the edge of the boat and both arms out, holding Auntie and Scales from falling in. He's like, you guys are heavy.
I resent that.
Okay, I need you both to roll me a strength check.
After
Okay.
that strike, we don't need to hold on anymore, right?
Hold on a second.
Stamp. Oh.
Okay. You guys manage with his assistance to pull yourself back onto the boat. And
Good save there, kid.
It's
Okay.
a bit down there.
Grab
Kettle's
onto
just
something,
like
guys.
pointing down, like.
Get onto something and stay away from the edges.
we're almost there, guys. Just everyone hold on tight.
I just hold on to the kid. Like,
I hold on to the scales and the kid.
Now, for both Scales and Auntie, I believe you guys had already rolled for a Kraken, correct? Previously, and you guys did pretty okay.
yeah, I think so.
I imagine.
The fear really sets in for you two.
Yeah.
Because you understand that cities fall to krakens. Entire civilizations throughout history have been lost to krakens. Entire ships, large vessels, destroyed, ripped asunder by krakens. And you have one following you right now. In this tiny little boat.
So am I the only one having a heart attack here, or is everyone scared?
You just see Scout, she's just shaking, pointing downwards, like screaming, like, I'm too young to die.
And as you guys are proceeding forward, the kid kind of looks towards you, Scales, and then towards you, Auntie. Oh,
Huh?
okay.
Ah.
And you guys continue forward. You guys are a good, at this point, maybe 200 to 300 feet away from the docks. Your guys' pace that you guys are coming in, Kane begins to start screaming towards people as you guys are going along this coastline. Kraken! And people you can see are like dropping their fishing poles, opening up their tents to like look outside, and immediately like people are starting to run towards the docks. You watch as people on the docks begin to pull out large gaffs and hooked, you guys know what a gaff is?
No.
Think of a large pole with like a hook on the end of it.
Okay.
Yes.
Nautical people use them a lot.
Kind of thing.
Some of them have harpoon or pointed tips to them, but a lot of them are blunted, just because
Okay.
you use them to like, they're very useful in the water just to be able to reach and grab stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But a few of them do have harpoons, and they're all freaking out and panicking. And the kid continues and looks back, and he's like, "Oh, it just wants to play," and drops into the water.
Wait.
Oh,
The
no,
kid drops in?
get back in here.
He rolls right off the boat. Kane looks startled for a moment, looks at the dock, looks at the kid who fell in, and continues towards the dock.
Kid, get back here! And I'm just like, I'm holding on to the edge. Just trying to keep my eyes on the kid.
Out of sight.
Oh.
I can't put a hand on Scale's shoulder. We just need to get to safety first.
But the Kraken wants to play! Krakens don't play! Krakens, she's just in momentary panic.
You guys continue up through the dock. Thomas is there, and he's right up against the dock, just like, hey, like, and he's reaching out, and Kane immediately cuts the machine like a good 40-50 away from it, so you guys are still continuing that momentum, and you guys hit the dock. Like Kane and Dora, they're trying to trying to hold it, A lot of the force you guys lose when it first hits the dock, the front of the boat cracks a little bit, and Thomas and a few people are out there just offering their hands to pull you guys off the boat.
Yeah, pulls him off, and Guster's gonna try to, if Scales is kind of a little starstruck, she's gonna try to get her off as well.
Yeah. Okay, now.
You do
As soon
so.
as we're getting assistance, I'm just immediately going. The kid rolled off the side.
We can't help him now. As you turn around, Auntie, to look, there is a tentacle starting to come up over the boat and going towards you, since you're one of the last people off the boat.
Yeah, I guess I'm jumping off the boat.
Okay. You get off the boat as well. Everyone is up on the dock. You watch as the tentacles ride over the boat and continue to go a little bit onto the deck, and then you guys see it. White. As the little kid's head surfaces above the water.
Yeah, no,
He's so silly. Come on, guys. It's okay.
no, it's not. Get over here now.
It really is.
No, it's not. Get over here.
As the tentacles just continue to hold on towards the dock, you see a slight eye breach the surface. And that's it. The kid seems okay.
Kid, you might want to explain why the big scary kraken wants to play, because playtime is scary right now.
Oh, I think it's just lonely. As you watch a tentacle just kind of wrap around the kid a little bit, but not squeezing him, just around him.
I have so many questions.
Scales.
Yeah.
And Auntie.
Mhm.
You're seeing a little bit more of this creature. This isn't a kraken. This is a really big octopus or a squid.
I look to the closest person to us, like the
Everyone's
closest
still
local.
on edge and tension is high.
As soon, like the closest person, I just go, "You said it was a kraken."
Yes, the mighty beast, the kraken.
I just walk over to the kid and the octopus.
Yeah, it's kid's just like there, he's like pulling the thing out and it has like slight suckers, like, it's, yeah, looks like a large octopus, or it's kind of a mix between the two.
I just kneel down. It's like, looks like you made a friend.
Yeah, I think he's just hungry.
Who was the first person that told us it was a kraken?
The first mention was from Kane and Dora, but John Gringe and everyone else backed it up as well.
Basically, everyone's been echoing it.
I'm just gonna like do a like not a hard punch, but punch enough to make a bit of an impact. Be like, that is not a kraken. Krakens destroy cities. They kill people. They don't play with a kid.
No, usually it's taken a few boats under before.
You have pathetically small boats. Of course, it's gonna take down the punch.
Andre just kind of stands up. All right, you see this thing? And I gestured towards the octopus.
It starts to it lets go of the kid and starts like making like a big circle. There still does seem to be a weird interaction between the kraken and the kid.
Okay, yes. Krakens are this, but the size of buildings.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's pretty sizable, but not kraken.
Right, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I'm
Maybe-
so sorry.
Maybe kraken, but yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm basically. I'm like, a kraken would be many times this size.
At this note, like you guys are like kind of flabbergasted at this as the crowd kind of breaks as John and Grinch burst
Yeah.
through. What's going on here? Oh gods. Is that the kraken? Did you kill it or?
No, it's an octopus.
Wait, I put up two hands to the two. We have befriended the mighty kraken.
It's not a kraken, apparently.
John and Grin kind of look at each other, look at you. Give me just give me a charisma check.
I hope.
Auntie. Okay. There's some muttering throughout the crowd, and John just looks at Gringe and whispers something. Looks back. Looks towards the kid who's like just kind of swimming in the water. tactical over his shoulder. He's kind of giggling and laughing.
Yeah.
People of Fishing Town. The new strange comers to our town have defeated and tamed the wild kraken. They will forever be known as heroes to our people. Tonight we will have a festival and dinner in their honor. And they turn around. Thank you. This mighty beast has burdened our people for centuries. We could never repay your debt.
I'm just gonna sigh and walk up to
And
the
they're
kid.
kind of slightly bowing towards you guys.
Kid, what did you say about the Kraken, by the way? It was like kind of lonely and it needed some food.
Yeah.
Maybe just stop it, toss in a couple fish in there when you can.
I have a bigger question. How do you understand octopus?
Oh, it said it to me.
How?
I could hear it.
You can hear what
Okay.
it thinks.
Oh god, he's Aquaman.
He shrugs his shoulders. Give me intelligence scales.
I shall.
'Cause I have a feeling your brain's already starting to think stuff.
Yes, my player brain is.
I'm just trying to sell
18.
this as us overcoming something now.
Second time something like that's happened, Scales.
Hmm. Can you? I got a theory. Kid, think something really hard, but concentrate it at me.
Okay. He closes his eye. Kraken pulls him underneath the water. Stop that. As he gets back up.
I don't think you're ammo enough.
Hmm.
Nothing.
Interesting.
Did it work?
I
I
don't.
don't know what I'm doing.
Try this. Talk to me, but don't say any words. Like, think as if you're talking to me.
He looks very confused.
Just try it. Like how you talk to the octopus. Talk to me like that.
Hi, Octopus. Hi, Scales.
Okay.
Kessler's like went from like terrified to confused to just like doesn't even know what's going on right now. It just
Can I roll an intelligence check for any kind of old world magic that this might be reminiscent of?
Of what, specifically?
Like speak to animals or something, or some kind of communion.
No roll necessary. Everything that you can think of relies on magic. You have not seen a bit of magic since you woke up. Well, not necessarily true. You did see some of the stuff at the place that you guys escaped from that seemed very magical, but that was it. Ever since you left that place, there's been no signs of magic besides, mythology.
Does the octopus have a name?
I was just about to ask that.
I don't think so.
You wanna name it?
Flippers.
I have so many questions, but okay, fine.
I need a drink. Kestrel says.
Flippers.
Kestrel begins pushing his way through the massive crowd on the dock.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say, are there still town people here?
Tons.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're all
Many-
talking, murmuring.
Yeah. Skills just like puts her hands in the air. I was like, many town people who I don't know who your names are. Kraken is no longer called Kraken. It is called Flippers, and shall be only referred to as Flippers.
Give me a charisma check.
Yes.
Can I assist with that just by
Someone's like, yeah!
Damn it. 6.
Oh,
so much for assisting?
They pretty much ignore you.
uh,
They're all entranced at the little kid who seems to be swimming with this mighty beast.
Miss-
And a couple looks go towards you guys as the parental figures of this kid of why the fuck are these people letting this kid play with a kraken?
That is
Mr.
just how powerful we are. A child is able to do this. Imagine what we could do.
Mr. Elder Person.
You get a couple dirty looks.
I just
I just replying to the dirty works. Hey, can you blame me?
I poke at the elders like, the Kraken's called Flippers. And I'll just like go back and be like quiet.
John pats you on your head. So it seems like we have a few things to discuss. But we have preparations to make. If you would please join us, I guess. And he kind of looks over. Thomas, go grab some fish. They said feed it. Maybe just a pail of fish. Throw it in front of the dock. And he's like, aye, sir. And he just walks off and goes to get fish. A few people begin to disperse, but eyes are still concentrating on the Kraken beast. And yes, I will continue to refer to it as a Kraken.
His name's
Flipper.
Flippers.
I know, I just think it's really ridiculous to keep calling this thing a Kraken. What do you guys do? Kestro's
Come
walked
on.
off.
Come on,
Kestro, where are
boy.
you going?
Hmm?
What was that?
I don't know. I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
Kestrel,
Kestrel, you.
Okay,
you Kestrel.
okay.
Where are you going?
what are you doing?
Going back to the tent where we were getting food and stuff. I asked if they have anything to drink.
Okay, you walk back to the tent.
Mhm.
No one else is there. The rest of you guys.
I'm just gonna yell to the boy, just come on, boy. We don't need to be spending all day in the water.
Okay.
You can always
He's
come
like-
back and play with Flippers whenever you want.
There's like a tentacle currently like wrapped around his neck and his head. He's like across his eyes. He can't see, but he's like looking sort of in your direction. He's like, okay, can I just get 5 more minutes?
5 more minutes, that's it.
And he gets pulled underneath the water.
I'll stay with the boy if you guys want to do something.
Isn't it precious? So we're just watching the whole time.
I am looking at my non-existent wristwatch for the 5 minutes.
You do so in 5
Just
minutes.
tapping your foot.
Kesher, what?
I was just going back to the others.
Okay. Well, it's gonna take a few minutes to go from the dock to the camp and back, so give it a second.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, rest of you guys.
I'll be following the elder person.
Stone's also waiting the 5 minutes.
Okay. You guys wait the 5 minutes. The kid reluctantly, begins to make his way towards the kind of the sandy beach area, and the Kraken kind of follows him up a little bit until it starts getting a little too shallow, and you guys get a very clear look at it. It's a good, probably at max length. Its longest tentacle from head to the tip is maybe about 30 feet. Pretty sizable. Not a Kraken. And it just kind of like lets go of him, and he kind of like holds one of the tentacles and pets it a little bit. He's like, "Don't worry, I'll be back later to feed you." And he just kind of runs over, shakes himself off like scales again, and just runs up. The rest of you guys who went back towards the tent, you guys see Kestrel standing in front of the tent, looking awkward slightly as he goes to turn around, but you see Scales and the elders. And shortly after, you do see Stone and Auntie and the kid approaching as well.
You're gonna have to teach me octopus, kid.
I don't know if I speak octopus.
More
It
importantly,
sounded like just words and images.
You're still gonna
More
have to
importantly.
teach me how to do that.
And he like kind of leans in and whispers. He's like, "Yeah, as soon as I figure it out."
Okay.
And nods like, "Yeah, we'll do this."
I'm just gonna nudge the kid. By the way, you did a good job out there with the Kraken thing. And I'm just gonna give him another little green candy.
Yes. And he grabs it. He starts sucking on it. Very
I think I
pleased.
have 3 green candies left.
But you guys go inside, and as soon as the tent kind of closes behind you, John looks towards Dora and Kane, who just finally entered up behind you guys. Well, you guys certainly make a splash around here.
Both literally and figuratively.
So the creature that has accosted our shores for many generations, you say it's not a Kraken.
No, Krakens destroy cities.
The tentacles on this beast is about 30 feet or so. Kraken would be closer to 300.
Oh. Oh, I now understand how silly it must have been for you all for us to call it that. Well, the thank is still, I must still thank you regardless. I mean, to be fair, we didn't even think of trying to feed the beast.
Yeah, people rarely think of befriending things first.
What did the flippers say to you? Kid, you said they wanted to play, right?
Yeah. I don't think it knows many of it.
Aww.
It's probably just as segregated from its people as, well, everyone else is probably.
Kid looks kind of sad at hearing that. Well, enough of the somberness. Still, regardless of the situation, you did assist us with a problem that has been plaguing us for years. So, I've already given notice. There will be a gathering this evening. You will all be invited as the guest of honor.
The real guest of honor should, of course, be the boy. Make sure he has a center seat.
He's sitting down at the table, just sucking on the candy you gave him, just looking really happy. He has the Pokeball or the Pico ball in front of him, just kind of staring at it, like, and kind of dancing, like to the left and right, just sucking on the candy, completely oblivious to the conversation going on.
Thank you. That's very appreciative. Guess says to the guy.
John just kind of slowly nods towards you. So please do wash up, refresh yourselves. We prepared towels and new garments for you guys to wear for the evening. Behind our house, you will find our washing area. There are 4 cubicles. So we will let you know when the festivities will be prepared.
Okay.
Okay.
And they begin to discuss things with their household lady, and a couple people come in and out of the tent over the next hour-ish or so. And they're basically just talking about setting up food, drinks, music, and stuff like that for a gathering. Seems a little short notice, so people are kind of rushing back and forth, but everyone seems excited about it. What are you guys doing for this time?
Kestrel says, I'm gonna go freshen up, guys. Meet back here in a little bit.
I second that.
Yeah, I third that.
And the kid brings up his hand and 1, 2, 3. I fifth that.
Yes, that.
Okay. See you guys in a bit. Kestrel says as he goes off to freshen up.
Yeah.
You do find this stack of towels, and you do find the clothing that they left out for you. Imagine kind of loose fabric cotton shorts. Kind of short, doesn't go all the way to the knee, probably 3/4 of the way down the thigh. And there are these large, kind of different styles, different patterns, different colorization of basically kind of wraps. Very Polynesian kind of inspired, waist and body wraps.
Ooh.
But there is enough for each of you, and a few extra just in case you want to find something that fits your style.
Yeah, freshen up, get all nice and clean. Get comfy in the new robes.
Okay.
Mhm.
The kid puts his wrap on just like he did his toga. It is an adult size wrap, so it works.
Fair
But
enough.
those
Shit,
two
what's the
guys-
wrap made out of?
It's a very thin material.
Okay.
You're not quite sure.
Or like, what's the
Every-
color? Is it white still?
Oh no, there's different colors. Some of them are, like black background with like green leaves and flowers on it. There's a few of them that seem to have like multicolored birds, very tropical feel.
Sorry, I was just like picturing like Delta like basically a grass robe. Just for a second there.
No, definitely not like tiki skirt.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Fabric.
Okay.
Just let me.
Oh,
Here you guys go for reference.
So how much XP do we get for defeating Kraken?
0.
See, you get 0 XP for befriending a Kraken. If you defeat it, then you get all XP.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
well-
technically, it would all go to the
There
kid.
you go.
Yeah.
Yes, so something like these.
Okay. Castro will take a flowery one.
Okay. There are a few of them. And there are tops for the ladies as well.
Yeah.
I just mentioned the shorts. There are tops as well. Basically, kind of bikini tops.
Yeah.
Seems to be the style of these aisles.
Style of these islands.
Yeah, I know. I said it on purpose.
Yeah.
But you guys get rinsed off, cleaned up, and after a little bit, you guys do notice some more and more people gathering. The noise in front of the tent seems to increase. And as you guys are kind of gathered up, kind of like in the living room area of the large tent home, John kind of pokes his head through. We're about ready to get started. If you guys wanted to come out.
Okay.
Sure, I'm ready.
I'm wearing the clothes, but I also have my bikini on still.
Not a problem. You guys begin to go through the entryway of the tent, and as soon as you guys begin to start poking your heads out and leave, a massive group cheer begins to erupt as you guys are exiting, and people, way more than you've seen since arriving in Fishing Town. Like, there are hundreds of people. It seems like all the little spotted houses that you guys have seen, basically everyone's gathered. And it is an eruptious roar of just applaud, cheers, things like that as you guys are leaving the tent. And we're gonna pause right there.
Okay.
Break time.
Break time.
Yes.
I need a break, thank you.
Alright. Alright, be back.
Be back.
BRB.
Yeah, continue to shit on your guys' sense of everything. Kraken? Nope, just big squid.
I return.
Hello.
Hello. It's good. It's good.
I was,
Hmm?
I was about to say that's not how I expected things to go.
Destroying expectations. Lost ones.
Let me have
It's
it.
gonna be an entire campaign like this, guys. Just buckle in. We're facing a dragon. Just Komodo dragon.
Bunch of made up threats by these guys.
I'm just taking a quick gander or something.
Like what I posted online or on the Discord.
Yeah. A Kraken is 50,000 XP. I think we can do with that. Yeah.
That's if you actually take on a Kraken.
The people think it was a
Go
dragon.
look.
A
Go
Kraken.
look up the XP for a giant octopus.
I shall. Uh, 200. I mean, we're level 0, we could do that.
That is true.
So what did you do to assist?
We did not fight it.
Okay.
Sometimes the best thing to do in a fight is not to fight at all.
Yeah.
Well, it also wasn't a fight.
I was gonna say it was good timing you called the break. I just did a check. My sugar levels skyrocketed.
You over prepared.
Hmm?
Did you over prepare?
No.
Okay. I'm really tired.
Aw.
Because someone's tried to be British and they're not British.
I was more British than you.
Ooh.
I don't know if anyone can do that.
I mean, I was up before you.
Yeah, but I was also up
I
at
was
like...
waking up at like your parents' time.
To be fair, I was waking up, going to sleep, waking up, going to sleep, waking up, going to sleep.
Yeah, after like 3 or 4 hours of me being awake.
And British people are normally up at 3 o'clock in the morning. If they are, they're going to bed.
Well, I mean, it was like 6 a.m.
Yeah, that's
Or
when I
11,
woke up for
12 or
work.
1 a.m. Yeah, see, that's perfectly fine.
And then I called in.
And then you slept to your normal time, which is goddamn like 12 in the afternoon.
As I said, woke up and sleep, woke up and sleep, woke up and sleep.
Mm-hmm. Is that your excuse any other day?
Yes.
Okay. I don't believe it, but yeah, I guess you can use the excuse. I love that I spent an entire episode building up the Kraken.
I'll be back.
Okay.
I'm gonna destroy your guys' sense of threat assessment. We have... Thank you. After returning to the fishing town, we see you're very capable. We have a pack of owlbears that have been getting dangerously close. You get over there, instead of like bears with owl heads, they're owls with bear heads. So they're really tiny, not really a threat.
Alright, to be fair, owls are scary.
I mean, in their own sense of nature, sure, but I mean, outside of it, they're not.
Yeah.
Like, in their ecosystem, yeah, they're fucking scary, but outside, nah. Which is a bird that makes a really weird sound.
Like if anything, I would feel more threatened by like a crow or something like that than an owl.
Oh yeah, because crows plot. Why do you think they call them a murder?
Exactly.
Plus, their ability to communicate, understand, and learn is actually kind of scary.
That's why I always be nice to crows.
That's why I flip them off wherever I go.
No, I want them on my side.
Sorry, I have mixed feelings about crows and ravens. You know, I had to deal with Greckles, but I also had to deal with Kiri. One's really awesome. The other one is Greckles. Kiri, one of the greatest characters ever. Right, honey?
I just
Right,
got.
honey?
I don't know. I just got back.
Kiri is one of the greatest characters ever.
Kiwi.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's the bestest.
I said I feel really split about ravens and crows because on one hand I have Greckles and the other hand I have Kiri.
I don't think Greg.
Nevermore.
Huh?
What about Nevermore?
Who?
Edgar Allan Poe thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mm.
Who?
You heard about the crow?
Do you know?
Sure.
How do you not know Edgar Allan Poe?
I know all about that. I was just being a smartass because it was
Okay.
his character that I had to kill.
Okay.
Crow.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Or like,
I'm not sure if Greckles counts.
Yeah, because he's a Greckle, right? Or Grackle?
Okay, that dude's no. He's a raven. He's a crow. Don't try to like believe that like middle ground crap. It's just a different type of crow. That's it.
No, I'm on about Greckles. You know, it's just not doesn't count. I wouldn't want to associate Greckles with a crow or raven.
See, but that's by your own choice because you're
Yeah.
like, ugh.
Yeah.
Is everyone back? Everyone ready?
Moose?
Moose.
Trick is, he's been here the whole time,
That's usually what it is.
Mm.
but not this time. Release the Kraken. Actual size may vary.
I leaked.
Okay. You should probably wipe it up.
I did. That's why I ran because it was. I'm sitting on a white armchair at the moment, and blood's just pouring out from my arm. I'm like, oh shit.
Put it all over.
No.
I'm here. I'm just eating chicken.
Nice.
Surprising. Literally no one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although the town is surprised, we're in a fishing town. You order the chicken.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
the turf, not the surf.
No,
As-
she's just eat all of it.
As you guys begin to exit the tent, you guys are met with an uproarious cheer as John is, you know, like kind of like pointing towards you guys and gesturing towards you, like as everyone's just cheering and clapping and stuff like that. A good 60, 70 feet in front of the tent, you see a large setup of tables. Clearly different tables, just kind of shoved end to end, with various tablecloths just kind of connecting it all into one gigantic amalgamized like table. And you see from end to end there are, you know, bowls of food, plates of food, meat, veggie, salads, all sorts of salads ranging from like vegetable salads to like pasta salads, lots of bread, side dishes stuff, various meats, fishes, crab, shrimp, and along all of the entirety of the table you see wood and stone vases filled with ale, wine, juice, water. And above the uproarious, you know, kind of crowd clapping and cheering, John kind of escorts you guys over to the table.
Close.
The crowd disperses a little bit as you guys approach. People begin talking. And you can't see it, but somewhere you hear like beating of a drum, a flute, and a tiny guitar or stringed instrument or something playing. It's kind of nice. But people begin to gather around the table, start eating, things like that, talking. Once you guys get over to the table, John looks towards you. I hope you weren't expecting a formal like gathering. We're pretty informal around here, so Dig in as you see fit. This night, the food, the music, all of it's for you guys, so enjoy.
We appreciate this a lot. Thanks.
We appreciate what you've done for us. It may have not been as big of a threat as you initially thought, but you did defeat a beast. He
I-
kind of has an eyebrow raised of like, how do I word this?
I think the honor should go more to the kid. We just stood and looked pretty.
Yeah.
You look around, the kid's gone.
I look over towards the water if I can see the water.
You don't need to. You look towards the table. And
Okay.
He has a plate, and he
Okay.
is just. He went over to like one of the plates that had like breakfast food, and he put a flapjack down on his plate, and now he's just putting all sorts of different meats and other things on top of this flapjack. Like he has shrimp, crab, some fish. Like it looks like maybe some, like some beef or something. Like he's just throwing a whole bunch of crap, pasta salad, regular salad, like all of this on this gigantic pancake that's the size of his plate.
It's going up so fast. Alright, yeah, Gunstar digs in.
Okay. Yeah, and as you guys grab a plate and sit down, like he kind of sits towards like the center of this table, not really thinking about like, oh yes, I'm the center of everything. Like he just, as soon as he finished grabbing the food, he just plops wherever he was standing. And he grabs like another flapjack and puts it on top of all the stuff that he put in. He basically created a giant pancake sandwich.
They grow up so fast.
Okay.
Or fat, whichever one comes first.
They grew up so fat.
But you guys have a regular smorgasbord of food, so there's barbecue, there is,
Stop.
there's a lot.
You seem to be eating the chicken a lot, there, son.
I thought I was gonna list all the things, and I just make the blop sound every time he does.
Nope, I was not going to because that's a lot of food. There are about 30 tables brought together from end to end, just solid, just nothing but food.
I think I shall sit near where the pasta salad stuff is and eat that.
I mean, it's all over the place, so
Wherever the
poison.
closest pasta salad is.
I mean, I guess that would be next to the kid because he just kind of ran up and down the thing grabbing stuff and he just plopped towards the center.
Okay.
And you guys are kind of brought out towards the center, so probably near there.
Okay.
I'm just going to be like having a plate with me, grabbing some stuff, eating it, and making small talk as it is walking around, talking to people.
Okay. Who do you go up to? What do you say?
Who looks interesting to talk to?
I mean, that's your own definition.
I guess I'll go up and thank the elders again for the feast.
Okay. You walk up to John, who's kind of like just sitting back a little bit. There's a few people who walk up to talk, kind of whisper something, and they have a little conversation. It's a little bit more like you could definitely get the sense like it's probably serious, like, oh, he's the leader talk. Yeah, you approach, and John looks towards you, kind of raises his glass towards you.
Anyway, hi. Just wanted to thank you again for feast and just thank you.
No, again, the thanks is all towards you. We always have to keep a watchful eye of the water, and we've abandoned many ships and lost lives over the years. And in hindsight, we realized that it mostly went after the boats, and I don't think there was ever a confirmed issue of it actually dragging a person under. It was always drowning because of people abandoning their boats. So, if anything, this is a festival just to hide our simple-minded shame.
That's fair enough. I mean, can't be too simple-minded. I still believe in magic, don't I?
Grinch kind of like nudges him. She's like, "Forgive him. He started hitting the wine as soon as you guys got back. It's a bit much for his old noggin to take."
Don't worry. I understand and respect that.
But she kind of like wraps her arms around him, just gently holding him as he just seems kind of generally just he's happy, he's smiling. You can just get the sense that there's like a certain air of just like what the fuckness going on with it in his brain right now.
Well, I'll leave you to your feast. Pleasantries chatting with you.
He nods.
I'll find my way to our group.
Okay. And as she was doing that, you guys watched as the kid like goes to pick up the pancake sandwich. This thing probably weighs a couple pounds, and he like picks it up, kind of balancing it, and like he has it all in his two hands, and he goes to take a bite. The whole half end of the thing just kind of plops open, and so like the back end of everything just falls. Like there's a couple bits that fall into his lap, but most of it hits the table or in the plate.
Yeah, Stone was cheering him on while he was doing it. Like, go.
Yeah, but he does like start biting at the piece that still stayed connected that he's holding on to, and he just starts eating it. Like there's like a little bit of like a noodle stuck to the side of his cheek, a little bit of like sauce of something. It's a mess. Exactly what you would expect from a kid who's attempting this very thing.
A Shaggy to your sandwich.
It is kind of a Shaggy level sandwich. Maybe not like full Shaggy level, but you know, give the kid a few years, he might be up there.
Excuse me. Skills is gonna get one of the what was it? Drinks, you know, good bit of alcohol or whatnot, or whatever the adults are drinking, and just start drinking that.
You do so. It's still, you grab a wine, let's say.
Yeah.
It's
Do I
good.
see her grab a wine?
Yes.
Now, take it easy, Scales.
Of
I
course.
know you're on the younger side, so maybe lowball it.
Chug.
Facing
No,
towards
no,
you.
not even that. I just look and be like, of course I will. Chug, 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 chug.
I'm just waiting for the inevitable. Like, oh, you want to keep calling me young? I'll start calling you old.
I am 4,000 years old. Chug, chug, chug.
Yes,
We're
but
still older than you.
4012. The problem is they might be older.
you're 4012, I'm 4035.
See, the problem is, Scales, is you might be able to beat most people, not everyone else in your group.
That is not the point.
All I'm saying is, yes, you're 4,000 years old, but also, yes, you have a 12 body.
You're coming from the side. She looks pretty adult to me. As you see a gentleman sitting across the table, just kind of eyeing Scales.
What does this gentleman look like?
He's definitely has serpentine heritage. Not definitely very subtle. Like you can only tell like above his cheek he has like the faintest bit of scaling. That's about it, and a little bit on his forearms. Very tiny, barely noticeable.
The equivalent of a cat or a Neko girl.
See,
Less.
he's got it
and-
right, and I'll get up, I'll just sit next to him and I'll drink with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
You do so. You have to walk the entirety of the entire table to get to him.
Yeah, I will
Just to
do
let
so.
you guys know. Okay. You guys watch as Scales walks over to this strange middle-aged man.
Okay.
No one's gonna stop that? Wow. Auntie,
Yes.
Auntie, don't drink. You're underage, barely. But go fuck that middle-aged dude while drunk. Okay.
No, it's just one of those, like, you know, when your mom is, you've done something, you show her a scowl.
And
Yeah, that'll
she keeps on
stop her.
saying she's a grown woman, so.
Mm-hmm.
You guys also do know that she's 12 years old, so feel about that how you want.
I'm 4,012. Let's make it perfectly clear.
No,
She's digging her own grave here.
she's 12.
He's just slowly drinking, mug glaring.
I guess we're also drinking too. He's drinking that ale.
Okay, so no one's gonna stop that. Cool.
Yeah, someone's gonna say to this older guy, and say, "Oh, so you like them young, huh?" she's like grabbing more food.
He's watching Scales walk her long and just walk the long distance of the table, going all the way around. And he just kind of looks towards you, Stone, and kind of winks. He's like, I mean, let's keep that between us. And he's giving her like a nasty look all the way down.
I am dagger eyeing this man.
He doesn't seem to care. But you sit next to this gentleman, who immediately puts his arm around you. He's like, so, you're new to these islands.
Yeah. Apparently.
I'm Steve.
I'm Scales.
Blop.
So do you, enjoy our island's wine?
This is very, very nice.
Then you would definitely love this drink. As he reaches for a gourd bottle, pops the cap, and pours a little bit of this kind of clear liquid, has like a yellowish tinge, into a small glass. He's like, "Why don't you try that?"
If you work for yourself, I am not saving your ass.
This is just funnier.
She's smart. She'll get out of it. Nope, nope, nope.
Oh, you said
guys are
no,
trying
right?
to
You
substitute
you said
crap.
Steve, right?
Yes, Steve.
To put in perspective, my ex is called Steve, so I'm gonna take that drink. I'm like, yes. Yeah, I was like,
I don't
Very
know
nice.
how I should feel about that. Suddenly, I no longer want to play.
You have made this bed, now lay it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll see you guys next week.
It's all
Rocks
good.
fall from the cliffs. TH.
Okay, we will see you guys
It's
next
all
Sunday.
good. It's all good.
Um,
Yeah. No, I will take the drink.
it is strong. It is definitely like a very strong, not grain alcohol. There's a certain fruitiness to it.
Mhm.
But it is like you could clean a car with it.
If I knew what a car was.
I'm saying player perspective.
I know.
Yeah, how wide is this table? Like, how far across is he?
I want to say about like maybe 3 feet,
Okay.
3-4 feet. Average like picnic table kind of
Mhm.
setup. Just a few of them. It's not actually picnic tables. It's tables with chairs brought in front of them. Seems like everyone just grabbed whatever chairs they had and brought them outside.
I'm just going to lean over to the kid. Hey, look over there. Scales has some of the pasta salad over there. You haven't had any of that yet, have you?
Ooh. And he immediately picks up his plate, and runs around. And after a few moments, I'm guessing you probably picked the most awkwardly picked plate there was.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, right between the two.
As the guy is, you're feeling kind of warm and, inside Scales, you got this guy kind of eyeing you up. You get nudged in between, like underneath his arm and in between you, and as you see white hair poke through and an arm reaching towards various things.
Hi, kid.
When in doubt, send in the little brother.
This kid is the real savior. He can talk to the Kraken. The Kraken's called Flippers, by the way. You should always call the Kraken Flippers from now on. And I'm just gonna start rambling.
And as you start rambling, he's like, "Oh yeah, the Kraken. I would have taken down a mighty beast like that, but I
Then-
was,
Why haven't you done so yet?
well, I was away on my duties, and
And what
And
duties
the
were
cat-
those?
oh well, I man a skiff on the southern part. Of
What's
the
a
Isles.
skiff?
It's a boat.
What's the boat's called?
Oh, what is it called? My beautiful Scales. And he winks at you. And the kid immediately like lifts up his head, like eating the food, like, "Oh, this is really good. Auntie, did you want some?"
Yes, I would love so. Yeah, I'm just going to lean across.
Still will get on that too. Oh, I want to try some too.
And the guy starts talking over all of this chaos. Yeah, I would have easily dispatched and
this
killed
is,
the
this is
beast.
really good, kid.
And
Pass me the potatoes.
And then the kid kind of stops for a moment. He's like, looks towards the guy and stops, just a very inquisitive look. Why would you have killed it? Well, a beast like that needs to be destroyed. And the kid just kind of interrupts him. But he was nice. Well, I mean, a kid like you wouldn't understand.
The kid can
I mean,
talk to the octopus. I think he understands the octopus better than you would. Unless you can speak to octopuses as well.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe he can speak octopus.
no one can do something so far-fetched.
The kid literally was just playing with him earlier.
He looks a little confused. You get the sense that he may have not heard all of the details of what happened. And the confusion kind of washes over him. And between the awkwardness and everything, I'm gonna roll for him.
Yeah,
Trying to decide if it's worth it or not.
Roll for awkward.
Yeah.
like, didn't you hear? The kid tamed the beast.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah, I gotta. Sorry. Scales, you said. Maybe I can catch you later when we have a little bit of alone time. But I remember I gotta go. I gotta go.
Doubt it.
grab-
Doubt it.
I'm gonna go. And he
No,
just kind of gets
I'm-
up,
Okay.
walks away.
So
Bye.
When
Skill
Steve
waves.
is walking away, I was just going to yell, "Don't worry, we'll have the great and mighty Kraken team her escort her around the island."
Bye bye, Steve. And I just like wave drunkenly.
Yeah, he just continues on. Stone talking over him as he was speaking was the last nail of the coffin.
Yes, I did it.
Nice.
The stone that blocks the river.
Nice.
Good.
Put it on a t-shirt.
I'm blop blop.
No.
This
but,
drink is nice. I'm just drink. Yum, yum, yum.
Kid looks over. Oh, let me have some.
There you go.
And he drinks it. Takes the whole
Oh,
thing at
God.
once. Oh, he makes a face like, what's wrong with that juice?
It's not
It's
juice.
adult flavored.
I feel, it's warm.
Yeah.
Good wine.
He's like,
Those are going
no,
on the
she
table.
doesn't have any more wine. She drank the wine. She just gave him the clear colored shot liquid.
Oh,
She
okay.
just gave him like moonshine.
It's
Mm,
good,
is that
ain't it?
better
It gives you
than-
the warm
He's, like,
tingly
grabbing
feeling
his
right
chest,
in the
he's like,
chest.
Oh, it's really hot.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. We need to get more of that stuff.
oh, why?
Because it's
You're acting like
nice.
you're acting like a child right now.
I thought we
Well-
were children. Mm.
You're 4012. Don't acting like it.
As soon as you say that line, Scales, a scaled hand comes from behind you and grabs both the mugs in front of you and the wine and moves it away.
Ah, look at
And you
that.
turn around and you see Gringe giving you dagger eyes.
Hi.
Well, if you want to act like a child, you get treated like one. And she takes away the booze.
No, get that back.
Yeah, adult. Yeah, adult. Yeah,
Don't worry,
period.
Auntie and Stone, you guys have booze on your side.
Yeah. I'm
Hmm.
gonna high five. I'm gonna high five Auntie.
Yes, high five.
Parental guardians. Just like
Parental guardian.
Can I
Yeah,
just
as a,
quickly sneak out and like run to the end of the table and grab another bottle?
Nope. Swatting hand.
Literally staring at you. You get the sense that Grinch has had to deal with children before, considering she had kids. And she's already like has an eye on you. This entire time, as John's just been kind of sitting, she's been going around the table, just waiting after people, picking up empty stuff. You didn't really notice her until she took your booze.
Oh,
Look,
come
Scales.
on.
Scales, you just need to start acting your age and
But
where's
you
a
guys
bit
kept
of
saying I was a child. One minute I'm a child, next minute I'm an adult. Come on, make up your minds.
As she's saying that, I'm just is there a clear alcohol and a juice near me?
He brought that clear alcohol, so that you guys got ale and wine.
Is there an equivalent of mead?
No.
Okay.
A little bit of wine and orange juice would be fine. So I just pour just a small amount of wine and a bit of orange juice and slide it over.
That's a mimosa.
Yes. I'm like, here. I hear in Neverwinter they allow the kids to drink when they're 12.
See.
But only a little bit.
I will be a kid or an adult once you guys make up your mind whether I'm a kid or an adult.
So you don't want the mimosa?
I do want the mimosa Philly a drink. See, this is what I have to deal with though. Am I a kid or am I adult? I just want a final answer right now.
Whatever benefits me most. Yeah, just drink.
Adult it is. Drink.
You're an adult. As you look at the drunk kid that you made drunk.
Oh, please, someone give him some water.
Ah, the kid will be fine. Once you kid and I put my arm around him.
Yep.
Told you
Yeah,
he's
no.
fine.
And it is all over you, Scales.
Nice.
Your chest and in your lap, you have a puddle of all of that food that he ate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because Kestrel has been like on the other side of the table this whole time, like talking to people.
Yeah.
I was imagining I heard that. I'm like, what the fuck's going on over there, too?
Yeah.
You
I'm
just see like
gonna...
white hair poking above the top of the table, like leaning over Scales' like lap, and her
I'm
just like a
gonna be...
face.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe you guys should, take the kid to go
No.
rest and that
No,
kind
no.
of
I'm
stuff.
gonna be right back. I'm just gonna walk. Is there like
What?
As soon as
ocean
you sit
nearby?
up, like the rest of it just slides off your wrap and just onto the floor. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Kid like sits up, going like, "I feel better." And he like wipes a little bit of the stuff on the side of his
Good
mouth.
job, Scales. Good job. I've got more.
I'm gonna have a quick swim in the ocean just to clean myself off.
Okay. As you're doing that, you feel a very serious pinch on your ear.
Yes. Look over to
And
my
you
ear.
hear the kid go, "Ow, ow, 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 ow!" As you guys watch, as Grinch has walked up behind the two children,
Oh.
grabbed them both by their ears, and is dragging them all.
Ow, ow, I was gonna get clean.
Jog kind of chuckles. She's been missing that.
Well,
Oh.
Yale said she wanted to be an adult, so now she gets to be treated like an adult who gave a kid booze.
It was like puts his hand on his face, like, and he sips his ale or whatever.
And just in short scales, you get taken over back to the tent house,
Yeah.
where you are given new clothes, told to bathe, and you're grounded.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you're a kid then.
She literally, like, as soon as you get in the tent, she's like, you are grounded, and goes and gathers up a towel, grabs you clean clothes, begins like getting a wet towel to wipe the kid's face and stuff like that. His hair gets a little wet from the process. He's fucked up. He's like, haha, your guys' scales are so pretty and they're nice and cool, especially Scales. Why is he so cold at night? It's so warm sometimes. You just press up against her. She's so cold. It's like a cold drink. It's like He's like kind of falling asleep somewhat. Like it's hitting him hard.
He's gonna be hurting in the morning.
And the whole time Grinch is just giving you a dirty look. Like, look what you did.
I mean, he's not wrong.
She's just giving you dirty look. She takes you out. She watches this whole process as you guys go out to the washing room. She assists the kid because he cannot, function right now. You get out, begin to dry yourself off. You come out of the stall and you see the kid just walking around completely naked. There's a couple party goers who are because there's people coming to and from, and they're just kind of watching this strange, oddly muscular, white-haired kid walk around butt-ass naked as Grinch is like, no, you need to come back here. As
Go to
he's
bed,
like,
kid.
you're not anywhere near this.
Oh, okay, I thought you said he was walking back to the party naked. I
No,
was
no,
like,
no. People who are walking back and forth to the party like
Oh,
see
okay,
this.
okay.
This is behind the big tent.
Gotcha, yeah.
Yeah, opposite side of where you guys are. And she just turns around and looks at you again like, you go chase him down as the kids wander off in the tent as she's like gathering up like the towel and his old clothes and stuff. And she walks over, grabs your old clothes, like throws them in like a little like a hemp sack.
Yeah, I'll just go over to the kid and be like, "You did good, kid. No,
I did good.
you did good.
Okay, if you say so, Scales.
I say
And
so."
kind of like pokes you in your arm, almost like pushes you like a little bit.
Come on.
Where are we going? Back to the party? Yeah. Can I have some more of that drink? It makes me feel funny and warm inside.
I'm not. I don't think I'm allowed anymore.
Who cares? You're an adult. And as he's having this conversation, Grinch comes in and just continues to give you that look. Like, look what you did. Look what you started. Do you feel like an adult now?
Yes.
And she just points towards the bedding area.
Okay. I just
So,
go
as,
sit on the bedding area and just sit there and sulk.
Yeah, the kid passes out within a few moments. Like, that's so much fun. We'll have to do this tomorrow.
I just imagine as this is going on, you just see Stone and Auntie. Cheers to being parental role models.
Cheers!
Yes, you guys watched the whole escape of the kids. And now it's just you guys.
Yeah,
Hey,
Yasuo's just like has his head like for his forehead, like rubbing his his hand rubbing his forehead, and he's just like, why am I like? How do you deal with a teenager and like a young kid? It's just too much.
You hear John over your shoulder. He's like not at the table. He's kind of at a chair, rocking chair, kind of separated a little bit. He's like, you gotta brace yourself and work your way through it.
I know, but like stuff like this happens. I mean, look, there's a whole mess on that other side of the table.
Well, keep in mind, one of your companions you're dealing with is not so much a teenager, but a young adult, and that can always be really annoying to deal with. As he kind of like rolls his eye and remembering past trauma of raising a child.
Yeah, it just seems like a lot to deal with. I know, I mean, like you guys like seem to handle it pretty well. He points to Stone and what's it called, Auntie.
I didn't see you helping.
No, I meant that like I didn't mean that sarcastically. I meant that.
No, she's saying she didn't see you helping.
Didn't think there'd be an issue.
She's like, oh, this eats more food. Oh.
I mean, I'm willing to learn, make mistakes. It's how people learn. The part thing is to catch them when they fall.
I like how it's when they fall, not if. Just when.
Yeah. I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
And as you're sulking their Scales, you hear the rest of the party goers cheering and having fun.
Is there a chance to sneak out the back?
I mean, you can attempt it. You don't know where Grinch went.
I will sneak out the back.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for that one actually.
Okay. You go to poke your head out of the divider, and there is literally Grinch sitting right in front of you, just at a chair, just staring at you.
Can
as
I-
you poke your head out.
Can I just? I was gonna say when I sneak out back, I'm in like. I imagine it's a tent fin, so I'm in my little area bit. I just poke my head out from like
It's-
underneath and crawl out.
It's bolted down.
Oh, damn it.
On the beaches, there's lots of wind and stuff. This thing's pretty secured.
Okay. Grinch, it is a problem though. The party keeps saying I'm a kid, but then other people keep saying I'm adult.
She just kind of like pauses the mean look for a second and does a very almost kind of vicious looking smile, and she's like, It's all on how you act, my dear. If you want to be an adult, act like one. As she points back towards the bedding area.
Mm.
Imperative, yeah.
But if they always view you as a kid, why be an a adult?
Because then you can drink and do whatever you want. You just have to do it responsibly.
Throw some shots, guys.
I'm down for that.
My man!
I just like look over, be like, okay, and sulk back. Aw.
You get the sense that, Gringe's grandmother's skills are just kicking in naturally.
Yeah.
I just want to openly say I will be drinking to the point of needing to roll.
Okay. No rolls necessary. You guys all get pretty intoxicated.
Yay.
Yeah. I mean, between the food and the music and stuff like that, it's pretty enjoyable. At one point, Kestrel and Stone. Kestrel, you're first. You do get a couple of girls. One of them is a stone skin tattooed lady. The other one is a lithe humanoid, probably elvish descent.
Okay.
And both of them kind of nervously walk up. Kestrel, right?
Yeah.
So, do people dance where you come from?
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Maybe you could show us one, for culture exchange?
Sure, I'll try my best.
They both kind of giggle. And they take you dancing. And Stone, a little bit after that, not super older gentleman, but maybe like in his 30s, and he is a short man. He comes up, he's like, would you mind taking me on this dance? There's not many people of our persuasion this side of the aisles.
One moment. Pop. I finished the rest of the food. Okay, I'm ready.
He basically takes you out to kind of slow dance a little bit. He makes a few remarks that the last time he tried to do this, they kept stepping on him.
Am I stepping on him?
No.
Thank
I want to break his foot.
He's like, no, you're actually very easily manageable because, same height and stuff. Sometimes the tall people, they don't look down.
They really don't, do they? She remembers the last time a tall person. Yeah, Yeah.
Guys, have you seen Stone? I'm right here.
Auntie, you see them dancing a little bit. What are you doing? Just continue to get drunk?
I'm just watching everyone having a good time, just wallflower drinking.
Okay. I need everyone who continue to drink to roll me a d20. Basically, Stone, Auntie, and Kestrel.
Well, being fair, I probably was gonna stop if I was dancing.
15.
Scales just sulk.
I mean, you're not dancing all night.
That's fair. Well, what would it be? Just
Just
D20.
d20.
Yeah, 9.
Okay. Scales.
Mhm.
The party goes on for hours. Do you go to sleep? Or do you continue to sulk?
I just like listen to it, like, I just like put my head out and just watch, and then I look at
Watch what?
people dancing in the mud, and then look at Grinch and be like,
You are in the sleeping area.
oh no, I
From
was
the sleeping
proper,
area, there is a single hallway
and
that leads to the living area and the other sleeping
yeah,
area.
that's what I'm saying. I was poking my head out the
Grinch.
front door.
Grinch is in between you and that door.
Okay.
Are you gonna go out that way?
I just like look at Grinch and be like looking at the door, looking at Grinch, looking at the door.
She shakes her head no.
Oh. Okay. And I'll just like sulk and go back to bed. Yeah.
After about like an hour or so, you do hear a light rapping at the entryway towards your guys' sleeping area.
Okay. Well, I'll just open the door, sulking.
Yeah, it is Grin. She has a platter of like, hand food.
It's okay. I was just gonna nap.
Okay, well this will be out here.
Okay. I just shut the
And she
door.
kind of pats
and
you
nap.
on your head a little bit.
Yeah, I'll just like go back to bed and nap.
The kid is
Yeah.
sprawled out, like snoring
Yeah.
real hardcore.
I figured.
He burps a few times and it just smells rank. You
Yeah.
had too much food and then you threw booze on top of it.
Yeah.
And puking.
Yeah. Yes, but eventually, Auntie does come stumbling in late in the morning. She kind of comes stumbling in very intoxicated. But you do find a comfy bed, Auntie. You're tired, you were partying, you were talking to some people, just, getting everyone's lay of the land and stuff like that, and then it turned into drunk argument, maybe? You kind of can't remember. But you do find bed.
Horses are real.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking as well.
This is probably one of the arguments that lasted for a while.
Yeah.
Of why it's so ridiculous that they know what a cow is, but not a horse.
Yes.
Perfect.
Perfect. Kanan.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. Scales.
Mhm.
Since you had technically the least amount to drink,
Mhm.
you find yourself waking up.
Yeah. I also went to bed earlier than everyone else, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Like I'll just. And just like look around at everyone and be like,
You see Auntie and the kid.
okay. I just like open the door. I'll just see the food on the floor.
It's been moved over to the table.
Oh, okay. Ah, it's fine. That's fine. Then and be like, I just poke my head out, just take a look, and take a look around to see if Gringy's still there.
She's not.
Okay. And I'll just go out and just sit outside. Just,
Okay, so you're leaving the tent?
Yeah, just leave it. I'm not going far. Just like going like just staying near the front door and just sitting outside.
You exit out of the tent, and immediately to the left, you see Kestrel passed out with a girl under each of his arms. They're all just kind of leaning against the tent. He's passed out, drooling on the top of the one girl's face.
I'll
Aww. Drooling over that person's face that you just met.
No, it's more like, oh, I missed fun. She's feeling like super sorry for herself. I'm trying to think. She'll sit
You
by.
do see a few passed out individuals.
I'm gonna find a bit where I find an area that looks like that no one's had any fun. So just me can just sit and just sulk.
Okay. You're gonna have to walk a bit of a distance because, again, there's a few hundred people, so you can imagine how long that table was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll walk up
And
that.
the party was spread out that much, and you do see a few people pass out in chairs, curl up on mats, things like that.
Yeah, I'll walk up that distance. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
You walk away from the party area, and it's quiet. Not a lot of people are awake. I think you're probably going to see like one or two stray people, a couple of people getting ready to fish for the day. That's it.
Okay.
You also do see Stone. She's kind of closer towards the docks, just kind of spooning with basically the wood part of the dwarf. Like just a pillar that's holding the dock up. She's just kind of curled up next to that.
I was expecting a nom.
No.
She is sleep gnawing on the corner of it.
Stupid
Nice.
Pally. And yeah, again, just sitting and sulking.
Oh man. Did you hear that?
Hmm?
Oh my head.
Are you talking to me?
Yes. You
Okay.
hear that?
Oh, okay. I'm like, damn it. No. And, you know, she'll get back up and just start heading back to the tent and the kid.
Oh no, the kid's is outside. He's by
Oh.
the table, just kind of like looking around, kind of rubbing his head and his eye, like.
Oh,
he's
is
like,
that the table stuff?
Yeah, he's at the table. He's like just
Oh.
taking stock of things, looking around, looking somewhat confused. And
Hey,
he sees
kid.
you approaching, and he's like, "Why does my head hurt?
It's 'cause I gave you that drink.
Why do people drink that?
Because it makes them do fun city things like you was doing last night. And makes
Oh, we do fun things all the time." He's borderline about ready to tear up.
it's,
How do I make it stop?
you drink water and go lay down.
He walks over to the table, just picks up a container, gets like two big chugs and goes, "Ah, it's more of that stuff."
Don't drink
He is
anything.
not happy. He is not doing well.
He's not a happy camper.
As he grabs for another one and just half
I'm,
of them
I'm
are
just gonna,
wine.
I'm yeah, I'm just gonna stop him. Like, don't drink from the table.
Okay.
Just lay down.
He goes like, "My mouth is really dry, and I'm hungry. Why am I so hungry? I ate a lot last night, didn't I?
You threw it back up. You threw it all over me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why did I do that? I'm sorry."
It's okay. I made you ill. I'm sorry. Just
Somebody get this
just
kid
go
grease with
lay
a side
down.
of bacon.
just
So what do you?
just lay down and go back to bed.
He just curls up on the bench.
Okay, yeah, you lay down there.
Why does it hurt all over?
It's okay. I'll be right back. I'll go over to where Auntie is.
Okay.
I'll
Get
just
back in the tent, and she's passed out.
nudge. Just keep nudging until she wakes up.
You get woken up, and it is not fun, Auntie. Your head is pounding.
Oh, stop yelling. Stop. Why is everyone yelling?
Does your head hurt as well?
Yes, but also I deserve this. I sit up slowly, just beanie still over my eyes.
Yeah, like half of your bottom part of your eye is showing. That's it.
Yep.
I broke the
You see
kid.
Scales and no one else.
I broke the kid. The kid needs fixing. You need to go fix the kid.
Okay. Get me.
Scales.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Scales.
I'm just gonna. Alright, Scales, listen to me very carefully. Get me as much greasy food
Shut
as
up,
you
kid.
I'll look out to say, like, you said that?
Just some guy who's passed out like a good, maybe like 20, 30 meters away from the kid.
can. Yeah,
Just-
like, first, bring the kid inside. And I'm getting out of the
I'm-
bed.
I'm just gonna
slowly
go-
maneuvering.
and as
I'll
you're
go
looking
over to the scales.
Yeah, as you
That's
go
good,
over
good.
and look at the kid,
Yeah.
he puked again.
It's okay, kid.
There's like a little bit of, because he's kind of like laying on his side, so like there's a trail coming out of his mouth. You don't think he really moved, like it just came out.
Yeah.
Oh god. I know this feeling.
Yeah, there's like a projection line of like right where his head was laying.
Okay, yeah, we need to get the kid in here. I'll help. I'm just gonna help try to pick up the kid and just move him inside.
Okay, as you guys lift him up like that, there's like a string connected from the stuff on his face to the bench. It's gross. It's not pretty.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, you want him to be a responsible adult? Here's your first job. Taking care of a hangover.
I still don't get it. Stupid.
Yeah, well, drinking usually is. But it's fun.
No, this whole thing is stupid. And Skills is just gonna walk off.
Well, I'm just keeping pace with her. I'm trying to keep pace with her. I'm like, it's
Wait, so you guys leave the kid and just wander off?
no, I'm just hoisting the kid over my shoulder.
Yeah, Skills is wandered off.
Okay, fine. Leave me with the kid.
Yeah.
Hey, you need to be an adult and take responsibility for your actions. Fucks off. Yep, sounds like an 18-year-old to me.
Yeah, that's pretty close, actually. Alright, kid. I got you. I'm just patting his back as I carry him into the hut. Just lay it all out. I'll shower later.
I think I'm done. Where did Scales go?
She's looking for bacon grease to help you.
Oh, so she's helping me? Scales is so nice. You're nice too, Auntie. And he like
Yeah.
hugs you from the awkward position that he is, like hanging over your shoulder. So it's like a weird upside down, like upper waist hug.
Yep, just patting his back. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. And I'm just going to, once I get him inside, just get him somewhere comfy. Just start
Yeah.
cooking up
As you guys
anything greasy.
are passing the entryway, he's like, "Why is Sir Castro sitting with those ladies?"
Because they are really good friends.
Okay. You just bring him into the sleeping area and sit him down. There's a few towels around here and there, so it's easy to find something to wipe his face.
Yeah, I'm making him as comfy as I can and just wipe him down. Just if you throw up, just aim it towards Kestrel.
So go outside the tent.
You know what? No, just is there anything bucket-like or?
I'll say that scrounging around the labor room and kitchen area, you can find something.
All right, nice. Here you go. Throw up in this. Yeah.
Okay.
Get some rest off.
Hungry.
I'm going to fix you breakfast.
Thank
you're-
you.
yeah.
And he like hugs your leg. He's struggling. All that strength of this kid gone.
Just patting head. Just take it easy. Just
Turns out kryptonite is hangovers.
I mean, have you ever seen a little kid get drunk and hungover? It's not a pretty sight.
I've
Yeah.
never seen that, so.
Yeah, it's not cool.
go Francis. See you all the
Skills.
time.
It sounds
It-
cool.
It's up there with like getting a dog drunk.
Yeah.
I get a feeling you're speaking
Yeah.
from experience.
Who, me personally? No. That's an evil act. You should never do something like that.
No, I'm about you being drunk as a
And
kid.
Twitch should ban people that do that to animals.
Yeah. But Scales, where are you going?
I'm just going somewhere that's nice, relatively quiet, less people, so I can just sit and sulk.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to walk a decent distance because
Yeah,
you know,
that's what I
as
thought I was doing
transpired,
before. Yeah.
more and more people are starting to wake up and like clean up. And as you like begin to move around, Auntie, you do hear some shuffling coming from the not your guys' sleeping area, but the other one. As you do see Gringe and John like getting up, they have kind of like early morning robes on, with like slippers, and they are just coming in. Morning.
Oh, morning. How did you sleep?
Well enough. I actually passed out last night in my chair. Luckily, Grinchen came and got me, brought me to bed.
That is very good. I'm glad you slept well.
Yeah, she kind of nudges him. She's like, "Leave it up to this big old oaf to pass out in a chair during a party. Didn't even have anything to drink. Time is not on your side, my love." And he just kind of gives her a beat look. But they begin like getting like a breakfast set up. It seemed to be like all kind of leftover stuff, or like simple things, and they also got some coffee brewing.
So, just heads up. Well, other than Scales, she's kind of sulking right now, but don't tell the kid. He thinks Scales is scrounging up some food. And the kid is kind of, well, let's keep noises to a minimal.
You see almost kind of a malicious smile come across John's face.
Normally I would love a joke as much as anyone else, but he's actually hurting pretty bad.
Oh, I wasn't thinking about the kid.
Oh, if it comes to Scales, then how about it?
After hearing that, the smile widens a little bit, and Grace just kind of looks at him. Think about what you're thinking about, John. He's like, I know. Don't worry, I won't take it too far. I think the young girl's probably just a little lost.
It's normal for their age, I suppose.
It is. And he looks towards Grinch. I mean, you remember how Dora was around that age. Asking for all that independence and freedom, yet acting still like a child. Not understanding that being an adult comes with adult responsibilities. And Dora kind of looks at him. She's like, yeah, but you really weren't much better at that age either. And he just kind of like quiets up and kind of like lowers his head a little bit. So where are the rest of them?
I think one of them was passed out around some girls or something.
Okay.
They each got Stone and Kestrel. They've gotten what's it called? Suitors. Someone fancied them, multiples, and they got carried off into dancing throughout the night. Probably somewhere outside, drunk and passed out.
Cringe goes, well, you are the new shinies in town.
True, I suppose.
At this time, Kestrel, you begin waking up. You hear a conversation behind you. There's a slight clattering of plates and wood.
Mm-hmm.
Your head hurts.
He kind of gets up, kind of surveils the situation, kind of.
You notice immediately some like weird tugging on the side of your mouth as you notice like a drool, string basically hanging on this girl's face.
Oh, he tries to clean that off.
You like wipe your mouth, just gently wipe her forehead. She begins to wake up.
You okay?
It was fun, but I think I need to go. And she just gets up and starts walking away.
Okay.
The name was Greta by the.
Bye, Greta.
The other girl starts to stir, and like leans to the left and just plops like on her side on the ground, continuing to sleep.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Oh, she just plops over and falls onto the ground and just sleeps.
Okay. He'll try to stir her awake.
Yeah, you hear conversation coming from behind the bit of canvas as you hear what sounds like Auntie Grinch and John.
Okay, I'll be back, he says, and he just kind of goes to see
She's
what's going
passed
on.
out.
She's just like full on passed out?
She literally, like, as you were like stirring and stuff like that, she just stopped leaning on you, which was on the right side, and just went towards our left side and just plopped in the sand.
Okay. He'll just make sure that her face isn't like face
Yeah.
first in the sand. And
Yeah,
then
she's
he'll
on her
go back
side.
up. All right, cool. Then I'll go back up. Oh god, my head hurts.
Yeah, until you see Kestrel coming in.
Oh, wow.
Alright,
Have a good nap there.
sorta.
Well, we
The
got.
awakening was very rude.
I mean, how can it be rude? You woke up next to two women, beautiful, I suppose.
No, I mean my head. That was the rude part.
Oh, so you probably want to have my voice, don't you? Don't worry, I think we have some grease with a side of grits here.
Why are you all so loud?
I need some water.
You hear that voice coming from the side room.
You doing okay, kid?
Stop yelling,
Okay.
please. His voice sounds like it's almost gonna crack. Like he's not doing well.
Yeah, but basically Kestrel will be kind of like doing that thing where like he's sitting at the table just waiting for sustenance / aid to arrive.
There are bits
Mhm.
there already. I mean, is anyone making an active attempt to make food?
I am.
Okay. She's beginning the process to like hobble together some stuff. What you feel is a good selection for, hangover breakfast.
Greasy pig fat, greasy sausage.
All
Um,
basic food.
Don't.
Yes.
Feels like you're being hugged.
Dang, I'm the little spoon. Wait. Could I? Was If that's the case, was Stone just numbing on his hand?
No, I mean you
Dang.
just feel like you're being hugged.
Like she turns around.
There's no one behind you.
She's
There's a
looking around.
tentacle wrapped around you.
Oh, hey flippers.
You look in the water, yeah, you see the kraken, kind of resting in the water, just kind of poking you and stuff.
I like gently pat his like tentacle. Kind of closest thing to a hug I can think of.
Your head hurts a little bit, but you get the sense like, 20-30 minutes you'll be fine. Maybe a little bit of water, maybe a dash of food.
Yeah, it'll be fine. But I'm
Sorry,
sure the
guys.
sun's coming up.
Yeah, the sun is up. It's not coming up, it's already up. You definitely slept in. You're also on the docks.
Ooh, I partied a bit too hard last night. She's looking for her glasses.
It takes a few moments, but you start walking towards the party area and you do see them. Basically where you were sitting most of the night.
Perfect. As long as they're not lost. But I do check back on Flippers. Is he okay? Like,
Yeah, you got up and left, and he just seems to be like wandering around the dock area.
that's cute.
You do see a couple buckets and stuff, and you do see some dead fish floating a little bit. So you get the sense that maybe the people that were feeding him.
and he has been eating.
I mean, you didn't see it actually eat, but one could assume.
Yeah. So it's gonna be like, did you party too, Flippers?
It just continues to swim around.
Fair enough. She's probably like so crazy just talking to it.
You do see a few people beginning to grab things off the tables, whether it be chairs, tablecloths, things like that. People are starting to gather things. You're assuming it's probably their stuff that they brought to the party. But there are a few people gathering up fishing stuff or starting to get to the docks, get boats ready, things like that.
Okay. I do say goodbye to Flippers, and I try to go back to everyone else.
Okay. As you guys are cooking up the food, Auntie, you guys do see the front flap of the tent open, and you watch as Stone comes in, looking a lot better than most of you guys right now.
I do like the sunglasses thing where I like grab them and like tip them down a bit, just looking at them.
Castro looks fucking rough. Auntie looks like she's barely functioning. You don't see Scales or the kid.
Kaz was like barely like waves his hand like in our direction, like a very slight wave, like.
Join the misery party, unless you're feeling better.
Oh no, I'll be fine. 20 minutes, probably.
I think you should. Can you help Auntie with making food, please?
Actually, if you're feeling better than I'm going to take a seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Stone, you know what? Just for shits and giggles, just give me a dex check followed with an intelligence check. Because I don't know if it's been established whatsoever that you really know how to cook.
Oh, God.
She said she'd help. She didn't know if she
Yeah.
could. Alright, Dex first. 9.
Okay.
Intelligence? 3.
And like that, she has burnt water.
Okay. You guys sit there for like another 20 or so minutes, and you guys get brought plates of food.
Crap.
There's some parts that are kind of overly burnt. There seems to be an amalgamation of spices and stuff that just hit the nostril like kind of harshly. Like some of them may have been a little too much seasoning, especially like with garlic and other things. And it looks horrible. I need both Auntie and Casper to roll me a Constitution check.
Well, actually, no, if it looked that bad, I'm probably gonna be eating it.
Stone gives him the plate. It says, "I tried."
Just look into stone, look into plate. Oh fuck!
I need that
have to,
Constitution
don't I?
check, guys.
12.
Okay, you guys
16.
don't puke, but like, like the spices hit your nostril, and it's an assault on your brain.
And
That's what I was like,
assault.
pushes the plate away.
You get the sense that it's edible, probably, maybe.
Mhm.
Just might not be the greatest of experiences.
Did it wake him up?
I feel like I'm worse. Oh, God.
John kind of chuckles at the plate that's presented to him. Like, well, you only live once. He like just starts taking a bite of the non-burnt side of his like plate.
Mhm.
And he takes like one bite and goes,
Crap.
interesting flavor profile. And he like immediately grabs the water. Like,
Christ.
she's like, Grinch starts like patting him on his back, like it's not look good.
Imagine it was like just a dried out husk, just like dried jerky.
I am just going to look to stone and with most first poker face. I am proud of you for trying.
Yeah, a lot of the food is like half raw looking almost, and the other half is completely burnt.
Oh, God.
Somewhere in the middle, you might be able to find a good even zone, but the spices is just what ruins the entire plate. Like the salt is way too much. For some reason, it's really sweet at the same time.
So, Stone, what spices did you use?
Yes.
Oh,
You look
God.
over and she has all the spices that these people had out. You don't assume that she used all of them in some weird amount or some weird order. You're not quite sure. You'd probably have to taste it to find out.
I'm not
Alright.
risking it. I'd rather be miserable. Kestrel says. Oh, sorry, son. It's
Scales.
Mm-hmm.
You are hungry and sulking. What are you doing? And thirsty.
Interesting, yeah.
I was having a good time today.
I was gonna say, I imagine there's a people that are up and stuff, right?
Yeah, your solitude is slowly not becoming solitude.
Damn it. And she just goes like, sit down and just realize, like, it's a stomach rumble, like, damn it, and just sulkily starts going back to get food.
As
Yeah.
you guys are kind of poking at these plates, deciding whether to actually eat it or not, because you guys are hungry, the front flap of the tent opens and there's Scales.
Scales, we made food for you.
I'm just,
Here, you can have mine.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna.
you got mine, too. He pushes it
I
away.
made food. At least I tried.
I have to ask, does your current character share your same sense of smell?
Which one? Who's talking?
He's
Scales.
talking. He's talking to me.
She should have a heightened one 'cause she could do the tongue thing.
I asked that. I asked.
You know what? For shits and giggles, I say yes.
Okay. The food looks a little burnt on one side, but you get the sense that if you ate down the middle, you'd be pretty good.
Okay. You know, just like, even though she's all sulking anyway, she'll just take go to her room, and then start eating them when she's in her room, and she's kind of just locking herself in.
Okay.
Yeah.
As soon as you walk in, Scales, Auntie said
Oh,
you
no.
made me food. Did you get me some?
The long con setup.
A highs followed by. That's what you're.
Yeah, you can have this. And she'll just like drop the food to the side.
He looks at it. I don't want that. And he grabs the bucket and like sticks his head in it. He doesn't puke. He just. You get the sense he probably had.
Dive heave.
Now I'll just stop. Like, 6 scales would just like do a long sigh and just stop eating it.
It is bad. Give me a Constitution check.
Yeah.
We learned today.
Oh!
Screw you
Goodbye.
guys.
You take a big bite of it, and it hits all the wrong sensors in your brain. And you immediately push the kid out of the way, take the bucket from him, and just. That's the bucket. And you guys all hear this from the other room.
Sorry.
I'm gonna give the bucket back. I'm
He
just gonna
pushes it away. I don't want this anymore.
walk out, look at everyone else, bare my fans at them, and go, and just walk back out.
As soon as you go to do that, Gringe puts her arm on your shoulder. It's not nice to bare your fangs at someone and then leave. You discuss it. Now, all of you sit down.
You know what? Screw this. I don't want to sit down. And she just wants to walk off. No, just leave me alone. You guys don't get it.
It was. Ow, ow, ow. He's still clutching his head.
Gringe sighs and John says, let her be. She'll learn. And she's like, Grinch goes, and she begins going over to the kitchen, putting up the spices, and begins cooking an actual breakfast.
Oh,
my
thank
God.
God.
Within 5 minutes, the smells of actual breakfast starts kicking in. And John just takes the plates of food and just starts throwing it in the bin.
Aw.
You know, it's too bad you don't have a dog or something. I'm sure they'll eat it.
What's a dog?
Probably.
That's
Oh, thank
God.
I'm just messing
I-
with you guys. We know what dogs are.
Okay. I
Do
couldn't handle
you-
another one of those conversations.
Just glaring, just like, do you? Like you
Yes.
know why Kraken is.
Yes, I know what a dog is. They go meow.
I would slam my head against this table, but I don't want to die.
So Scales, what are you doing? Again.
Okay. It just like, I don't know, goes over to the. I'm trying to think of now. Goes over to the water and just see if anyone's like fishing by the water.
No one's fishing by the water. People are just gathering fishing stuff. People don't really fish on the docks around here. They take boats out, from what you've seen.
Does anyone look as though they have a fishing rod?
In the town called Fisher Town.
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
There are 1 or 2 fishing rods that you see people carrying.
Hey, I'll just go up to one of them and like, hey, can I borrow one of your fishing stick fins?
Fishing rod?
Yeah,
For what?
fishing.
Well, I kind of need it to go fishing.
Okay.
If you
Never
need
mind.
fishing implements, John is actually in charge of, making sure that we're all equipped. This person looks very confused. It's kind of like an older gentleman, kind of elvish, but it's definitely bled out. So you're not quite sure what he is. Has a little bit of elvish features.
You know what? Just never mind. And she just like sits at the edge of the dock.
Okay. The
Yeah.
person looks very confused as they slowly get in their boat, set up the stuff. Like every few moments, they like look over at you, like really confused as you're just sitting at the dock, just kind of staring at the water or them, just anything. And just after like 10 or 15 minutes, they just get their boat out, they push it off, and then slowly goes away. And even as like the boat's going away, the person like gives one last like over the shoulder, like just what the fuck was that? And they just continue.
Just a deep sigh. No, she's just gonna stay by the dock.
Sorry, I tried to give you an out with the John thing. It's just you're asking the
No.
fishermen for their fishing
No,
poles.
I know. I know.
Your only means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I have your day-to-day task life survivals item? No.
But I would have thought they have more than one.
They might.
It just is their livelihood is all, you know.
Yeah. It's just these boats aren't very large.
It's fine. It's all good.
Okay. I mean, there are a few stray fishing poles here and there that no one seems to be holding on to.
Yeah, I just take one of those and I'll just see if I catch anything.
Okay, so you take a fishing pole. Do you put any bait or anything on it?
If there's bait around, then yeah, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's lots of random things around. What do you put on the end of this hook?
Is there like any maggots or anything?
No.
Smaller fish?
There's a few buckets here and there of small fish.
Yeah, I'll put a small fish. And just, cast a line out.
Okay. So what is it? Also, you're really hungry.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm fishing to get some fish.
Okay.
Let me use this food to get more food.
Yeah.
Okay, so the rest of you guys, after a good 20 or 30 minutes, you guys get presented with a very delicious it's basically like a full English breakfast. Fresh coffee's brewed, tea, there's juice, all those things. And she takes a plate to the sleeping area. She brings back out a bucket. She's like, I'll be back, as she just takes the bucket out. But you guys all get presented with a plate of food. It's delicious.
Thank goodness.
John looks at the plate. Yay, second breakfast.
I know, right?
You guys get a couple minutes into eating before you guys notice that the kid is walking out with his plate. He sits down at the table. He's like, feeling a little better. I wanted to eat with you all.
Thanks. And he kind of
That's
like
good.
pats the kid's like kind of forearm. It's like, gotta see you're feeling better.
He looks around. Where's Scales?
She wants to be alone a little bit right now, man.
Okay. Did I do something wrong?
No,
Nah.
Upset with me.
you're fine. No, she's not upset with you. It's just
Okay. He just continues to pick at his food.
She's going through a crisis if I didn't. That's all.
He looks very confused, but also like a little too not well to really give it too much contemplative thought. But you guys finish your breakfast and it is delicious.
now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go pass out now. Kestrel just like gets up and goes to sleep here.
That sounds like a good idea. And Kestrel the kid follows you like literally like a foot or two behind.
Really? Just go see him go back to bed.
Yeah.
John speaks up. He's like, forgive us. We don't have the same constitution your people have.
Can't tell because of the glasses, but she's raising an eyebrow.
What do you mean? What's the raised eyebrow for?
Does he? Just don't even remember that.
What?
Are you asking whether you understand if dwarves are good at drinking?
Yes.
You remember, like, you don't remember everything, but I don't know, you just get the sense that in your past, drinking just doesn't seem that foreign to you. It almost feels like, like, oh, I breathe, I eat food, I drink.
No.
Yeah. So it's kind of like one of those things where you're like, there's not a lot of thought, like, you don't understand maybe, like, the whole concept of dwarves and drinking, but, like, yeah, drinking, that's just what I do.
It's like a quick eyebrow, but then it just turns into an island. Eating food.
John looked confused at your change of expression. And he just continues to eat his food. Auntie, you finished with
Yes.
your breakfast. What are you doing?
I am just resting my head in my hands, just
You fall
leaning
asleep.
over the table. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Just
So,
over the table, just.
now, you watch Stone as John like pushes a cup away from Auntie as she's passed out. Well, I think it's best if I take the lead of the younger ones, and seems like today's gonna be a lazy day for most anyways. I'm gonna catch up on some rest. And
Sleep well.
Grinch comes in. You're gonna lay down, honey? Yeah, I'm gonna get a little bit of rest. Oh, I can finish reading my book. And she follows him in the room. So, Stone, what are you doing?
Good question.
All of your
Hmm.
comrades are passed out.
She's gonna go explore a bit.
Okay. Looking for anything in particular, or are you just gonna go around the beachhead?
She's gonna go check out the fish. Like they have like a collection of like their catches, right? On the side? Like the docks?
From what you've seen, a lot of the fish that are strung up and stuff like that, that's usually towards the evening time.
Ah, okay.
Because it's the catch of the day, so. But you can wander around the docks, see what's going on over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you begin wandering, and eventually you do see Scales on one of the docks, just line casted, just sitting there.
Stone goes over.
Okay, you do so.
What you doing?
Just sitting, watching. 'Cause, I was gonna say I haven't caught any fish at this point, have I?
No.
No. Okay. Grumpo, grumpo.
I imagine like you're fishing like in the very like near shore, so
It
like
is.
it's literally just
Yeah.
sand.
Is.
Yeah.
There's a reason why people take boats out,
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
which I said literally about 15 minutes ago.
I
I'm
know.
like, oh, she wants to fish at the docks, sure.
And there was leftover food back at the tent, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, Scales, there's food back at the tent if you want to go there.
No.
Well, everyone else is asleep. So,
She puts the pole down and goes back to the tent.
People are asleep.
I'm actually tempted.
eh? Eh?
I'm just my friend. Imagine like you saying talking about food and like stomach rumbles. I'm like, fine, and she just like gets up and goes.
God, fucking 18-year-old. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Hi.
You guys make your way back to the tent. You do see Auntie passed out at the table, but you do smell the remnants. Or no, you don't. But you do see the well-cooked food, and you identify it and go like, "Ooh, that looks good."
Okay.
Crap, I should have been more clear.
I'll go over to that food and just start poking it, eating it, eating
It's
more of it as I
delicious.
realize I'm
Yeah, there you
starving.
go. Yes.
Yeah.
A couple nibbles turn into like shoveling crap on your plate and shoveling it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, your head still hurts a little bit. You know, you're feeling a little rough, but the food definitely does help.
Yeah.
And you're feeling a lot better. Definitely not as bad as Auntie's looking right now. As she is snoring loudly at the table.
People be stupid. Nom 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 nom. He just sits, nomming her food.
After a few minutes, as you're discussing this with, I guess, yourself, sort of stoned.
Yeah.
You do see that the side room where everyone was sleeping opens, and you see the kid kind of like half-assed run over towards you.
Mhm.
It's not for like lack of intent. It's just he's
Yeah.
not feeling that great.
Yeah.
He just puts his arms around and he's like, "I'm sorry, Scales.
You didn't do nothing.
I'm just so sorry. I did this, didn't I?"
No. That's okay, kid.
You're not mad at me?
No.
Okay. The ever so slightest bit of a smile comes across his face. I go lay back down now. It's bright.
Yeah, you
His
go.
eyes are almost closed this entire time.
You go. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. He just starts waddling back off to the room.
No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
We're sorry. We're sorry.
Sorry. So what do you do?
I know, I just imagine like Stone's there just watching awkwardly.
Stone, are you watching awkwardly?
Well, I thought I was gonna be staying back when, when she went back for food, though.
Oh yeah, sure. You can
It's like-
continue your adventure.
Okay.
I was actually wondering about that myself. Actually, I'm
Sorry,
like,
I assume that I'm tired.
no worries.
It-
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's okay.
you watch Scales walk back to the tent, and you just stand there.
She's gonna admire the view of the ocean. She really likes it for some reason.
It's blue and pretty. On the distance, you do see a few of the vessels that are leaving and like getting out to fish for the day. At this point in the morning, like the void is just completely gone, and just got a nice view. gentle breeze coming in from the ocean, the smell of salt and brine.
It's a good smell. But that's all she's doing for a while.
Okay. Scales, you
Mhm.
finished breakfast. It is delectable.
I'm trying
Now
to
you
think.
can't tell whether you're mad at the situation or mad at yourself for denying yourself this food for this long.
Yeah.
Either way, you're angsty.
Yeah. I just like, I know. No one else is up. Everyone else is asleep.
The continuation of Auntie's snoring.
Yeah. I'll just like tidy up like the table area, I guess.
Okay.
Just, you know, sit
Give me a
and
stealth
act.
check
Why?
to see how much noise you make.
Okay.
So we all have to hang
You're trying to
over.
clean up in a house with house
Okay.
full of-
It's just because I wasn't being stuffy. I was just tidying up. That's why I asked. So.
I get that, but
Yeah.
are you slamming things willy nilly?
Oh no.
Okay
Making
then.
dishes.
Yeah,
you're
I've just
moving
cleaned
stuff.
dishes. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm just seeing how quietly you.
Okay.
Okay, you don't disturb everyone. You remain conscious of everyone's situation, and you don't throw all the wood cups across the room.
How much noise will a wood cup make if you throw it across the room?
A lot.
Hello.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But you tidy up.
Is there like a book around?
Is there? No.
Okay.
Doesn't Auntie have a book or something? Or did I imagine that?
Pretty sure you imagined that.
I probably.
I'll
I think
just.
you've discussed books with a couple people.
I know I do.
Probably, yeah.
I'll just get on my Pico pair and then play with peepers.
Okay.
And just, stroke.
It tries to hunt a fork.
Amazing.
I giggle at that.
Was it successful though?
You can only assume. At one point, it went to go dash towards it and went through the fork and through the table.
Nice.
And you're like, oh. And you're kind of like, oh shit, is it okay? Its head pops up through the table. Seems to like giggle to itself. And you're looking a little sad. It tries to nuzzle against you.
Oh.
I'm like, what's wrong? What's wrong? Hey, listen.
What's wrong? I mean, Venusaur.
So good. This whole situation, stupid peepers. Just like patting on the head.
Peepers. I'm kidding.
Oh, I got really excited for a second there.
I know, sorry. Sorry.
My little heart.
Sorry. I feel bad. You know what? It says peepers. Just not making that noise.
Oh. I'll just continue to pat it on the head. Like, yeah. Stupid situation is stupid. And just wait for anyone to wake up, I guess. Or anyone to come back. Yeah.
Also, like in 4 to 5 hours. I'll say that much.
Oh, yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
She-
time.
she-
I'm
yeah,
just
just
gonna
time skip. Yeah.
It's gonna be like afternoonish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you want to hear for like 4 hours
Wait.
worth of like a teenager being grumpy.
Stone. You've been watching the ocean for an hour or so. What would you like to do?
Yeah, 4 to
I
5
go
hours to
back.
play with.
Yeah.
I go back to the tent,
Okay.
and is Scale still there?
Yes, she's obviously moping. No insight check needed.
I
Yes.
say,
When
Hey.
you've ever seen a teenager mope, it's very obvious.
Hmm.
They have no tact when it comes to covering that up.
Hey.
Hey.
Well, since you have time, she pulls out her ball. Do you wanna?
Wanna be the very best. And that's all we can do before Nintendo will try to sue us, so stop there.
Yeah. Yeah, that might do some good. And do you wanna have a fight, Peepers?
And looks excited. It's wagging its tail back and forth.
Yeah, come on then. And I'll let Peepers light it on my shoulder and start walking out.
Okay. Where you guys
In
go
this
to have this
episode
epic
of Beagle
duel.
Pets.
We're gonna find a nice open spot that's not near
Yeah.
the ocean.
Okay.
Dun 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 dun.
Okay. Give me a second. 'Cause,
Trainer is being challenged by Duragar Lady Stone.
Dun, 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 dun.
Trainer being challenged by Mopey Teenager.
Mopey teenager forfeits.
Yeah.
Realizes it doesn't really matter.
Nothing matters
Yes.
anymore.
Mopey Teenager got so far, but in the end, it didn't even matter.
Yeah, if you want, you can use one of those old maps that we had.
Oh, don't worry, I got it. Boop. And then just like that, a grass field becomes a sand field.
Yay!
Drag your tokens on there.
Pocket field.
Pocket field.
It goes there. There.
Best thing about a sand field, it hides all.
There you go.
Where'd be a good spot? Like right here? Or...
Here, there.
Yeah, just let Damon pick the spot.
Yeah.
Stop moving your stuff.
Nope, I'm not moving anymore.
Okay, I think that's fair. My eyes suck. Just
Close
Ish.
enough. I can't even tell.
Okay, go ahead and roll initiative. As you guys both roll the balls towards each other, they clang. The reverberating sound echoes as they clash. A couple people stop as this battle starts to just kind of watch.
I want super low. Ooh.
Okay, Stone, you are up first.
Okay. It's been a little bit, so. I am gonna have Slade use hypnosis.
Okay.
Oh, what's that? Oh, for something for okay.
Yep, so it's gonna be like Slade, use hypnosis. Oof.
Nope.
Well,
Okay. Peepers falls asleep.
Okay.
I think I know where this fight is going.
Oof.
yep.
Peepers has Scales' exact mood right now.
Okay. Move 25.
Your turn, Scales.
One
Peepers
sec.
asleep.
I have movement.
Yeah, he's moving.
Fine. Okay. That does it end my turn.
Okay.
Scales. Peepers is fast asleep. Stone, your turn.
Okay.
You just see those Scales just do like an. Damn it.
Sorry.
Alright.
You made it to turn 2.
This is true. This is one of the longest fights we've ever had.
Yeah.
It's you do realize this pretty much happened with the previous fight. You're just a turn 2 beater.
Alright. Slade, use lick.
Yes, that would definitely hit.
Alright, it licks. Now, man, that's a lot of damage.
Man,
Yep.
Yeah.
Girls
People.
are rolling really high.
Yeah, you rolled like super high.
You maxed out the damage.
I'm out.
Okay.
Scout's just
Slade
like-
goes over, wraps its tongue around its head, neck, and body, and as it like pulls back on its tongue, from the tip of the tongue where it was kind of really gripping against its body, skin, flesh, everything begins to rip apart as the tongue rips it, almost like a coil around peepers, and it's basically like, have you ever seen an orange get peeled like circularly?
Yeah.
Basically like that,
Oh.
as it just kind of falls and fades, blood and
Oh.
gore.
Well, shite.
somewhere in the tent, Nancy just feels validated.
You clutch your Pico Pet ball of MR.
Yeah, just like. Yeah. Congrats, and like. Scales to just go pick up her ball, pat it a few times, and just walks off.
Sorry.
Worst idea ever, Stone.
I wasn't expecting it to. One punch!
So Scales, what are you doing now?
Dang it. How,
Sulking.
like,
Hi,
time-wise, how long was that?
It was
12
literally.
12 seconds.
I'm not even gonna say it was 12 seconds. It was probably around like 7 or 8 seconds.
I don't. I'm gonna no DA from my own fin. Northeast, north,
So it's like, best 2 out of 3?
north, northeast, east, southeast. I believe that's south. Yeah, I'll just walk south.
Okay, you walk to the tent.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just walk to the tent then.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're inside the big tent.
So,
Yeah.
it's,
I'll just sit inside in the same spot where I was like playing with peepers before and just now petting my ball.
Okay.
so Stone's gonna talk to Slade, just be like, you really couldn't dial it back a little bit?
It just floats and stares at you.
Jojo menacing, intensifying.
Don't rub it in, Slade.
Menacing intensifies.
Just put the ball back, like,
It goes back into the wall.
dang it.
It
Ruined
was
my
a
plans.
it was a nice thought move, but no.
I was expecting to roll max damage again.
Oh,
Max
if it helps.
damage.
Late levels up.
Yay!
Yay.
What level's up?
Slade.
Oh crap.
You're more
Wins all
powerful.
it takes to go from 1 to 2.
Well, heck,
So,
what is he
I-
learn?
It learns Leer.
Oh, Lear, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I will just double check because I don't think anything else changes on it, but I will double check that and update it. But I'm pretty sure Leer is the only thing you gain. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Stone feels kind of bad now.
okay, we can cross motivational speaker off of your skills.
Come on!
And also, you gotta cross that
Yeah.
off as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying my best!
Cheering people up. Those are 2 things that you're like, might not be for me. No, I'm kidding. So what are you doing, Stone?
She's just gonna sit there in awkward silence about how her plan was a failure.
Okay. Well, as Stone is sitting, being sad, Scales is sitting, being sulking, Auntie is sitting, being passed out, Kestrel is sprawled out, recoiling from his hangover. And the kid who's curled up in a ball, hating existence right now, not fully understanding of what just happened to him. We're gonna end it slightly early there because I don't know where to move on from here.
I honestly
We're
thought the battle was gonna be longer and take up the rest, make it more of a time slot.
We'll just end it there. We'll just continue this adventure once people, begin to wake up and can actually do the day. So
I understand.
just go ahead. We will see you guys Tuesday for another Doggos episode. Let's see how this battle at the camp goes. And yeah, so go ahead and end the stream there.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.